Hey guys, welcome to Smoo and the Crew Saturday night live feed in 3D. Take one. Hey guys, we're live.
The date's wrong on that.
Yeah, Scott made it. I can't change it. It's in like super stuff. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining in with us this Saturday night. I'm just taking you off the big screen there. My pizza arrived like 2 minutes before we were due to go in there, so I've managed to eat 2 slices. So if you see me taking a bite of pizza when the rest of them's talking, yeah, it's to save it getting cold.
Yeah, just feel free to ask a question at that point, you know.
Yeah, just as I get a mouthful of pizza.
Not
we'll make him laugh. Making him laugh would be good as well, yeah.
It's really weird here today. I mean, it was beautiful sunshine all afternoon. I was sitting at my bench and that, and the next minute I looked out the window and there was a big blizzard of snow, but it lasted 10 minutes. But we've got powdery snow coming down. But anyway, might as well tell you who's all in tonight. We've actually got a special guest in again. It's a birthday boy himself. It's Mr. Dave Barker and Tommy.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, Tommy. We also have Chris has popped in for a little while from Gross Models. Hey, Chris.
How do?
We have the dad of the group himself, Mr. Mike Mountain. Hey, Mike.
Good evening. Oh, yeah.
All the way up from the back of beyond in Orkney, it's the Puffin Master himself. It's Scott Sutherland.
Hey, guys.
And across in Belgium, where they make really, really nice chocolate, allegedly. Yeah, it's Mr. Vincent of Lord Snowden Making. And of course, there's me. Good evening, guys. Yeah, it's a bit chaotic tonight for me, anyway. I'm not drinking tonight. I'm trying to be a good boy. So there might not be too many smoozums. Kenneth M was first in tonight. Good evening, Kenneth.
Hello, Kenneth.
Mike Hornsey is good afternoon, gents. Good afternoon. Whereabout are you, Mike? Ronald Borg is in.
You haven't got one.
And JS Idaho is in. Good evening. John Bennett, Gordon's alive. He's in. Good evening, John. I'm just scrolling down through because we were chatting about the weather and stuff just before we went live. Someone's sitting with pizza and vodka. Lucky devils. Yeah. Ronald was saying we never see the snow line here. It's just hot sun. But John Bennett says it just blows everywhere. And Mike Hornsey says, I know her. Yes. Chris Henderson's in. Hello from a snowy Kendal. Snow is falling and settling. Wife is out, pizza ready, vodka too. Here's to another great Saturday night. Kenneth, are we there yet? I'm just flicking through. Expat Spain's in. Hi to Smoo and the Crew. Paul Lloyd's in. Hi Smoo and the Crew. Chuffing Parky out there. Have we heard any news about Colin? We'll go into that in a wee minute or two. And it is good news. New member Kieran Ashdown is in. Good evening, all.
Hello.
Hello.
Frankie goes to Hobbywood's in. God, it's a busy night in here tonight. Mike Hornsey goes, hi Chris, and hi Tommy.
Hello.
No bother, Dave. Shane Young saying, good evening everyone. Hope all are well. I'm doing all right. I'm just hungry. And John Bennett's in saying hi, Chris. So, yeah, good evening, everyone. Again, if you're just joining us live and you're watching us on the little YouTube player window, click the YouTube icon at the bottom. I'll take you onto the live chat and everything on the YouTubes. Oh, and John's saying hi, Vincent, as well. And hi,
Hello,
Dave.
John.
It gets, see when we're all sitting at night and it's like, good night, Mike. Good night, John. Good
What
night.
about me, John?
Like the Waltons, isn't it? So, seeing as the birthday boy's in as a special guest, and we'll go over across to Dave. I'll put him on the big screen for a little bit.
Tommy's got something to tell you, mate.
There we go. Right.
I'll tell him.
I'm gonna beat you.
He's going to beat you. He's already beaten you because he's got the box.
Oh, we'll have to see about that, won't we? Ken started. You said hi, Smoo.
He built one last night.
Oh,
there you go. That's
Dave.
Built last night.
Oh, there we are. Oh, what car's that you made, Tommy?
Bugatti.
Bugatti, yeah.
Bugatti.
He's there on. Yeah. He did that one last night.
Plus the supercar, so supercars go fast.
Yeah, supercars go fast. So you've learned something new today, boys. Supercars go fast.
Kind of kit is that one? Is that a Rebel Easy kit?
Yeah, that was the Lego Easy Passing box, Tommy.
Yeah. Let me just.
I can't reach.
Let me just show you. My dad just show you guys.
There you go. It was that one.
Oh, look at that.
That's cracking.
Yeah, the quick build.
Guys, there's another one that look like that, but it's in a red color.
Is there?
And I'm gonna let my dad do that one.
Oh yeah.
So me and my dad have a race between two Bugattis.
All right.
How long did it take him to do that one, Dave?
A lot quicker than it would have taken you, mate.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Took him about an hour and a half.
So did they do it in sessions or did they just?
No, he did it in one go.
Wow.
He's got these bloody. He'll have it done in no time.
Yeah.
He did.
Bang, done it.
Bang, done it. There you go.
Has he started his Beetle then?
He's been looking at the plans. That's the lights, isn't it? Oh, where's one gone? One's fallen off the sprue. Oh, there it is.
No more of them.
No, there's only two of them. That's the lights.
Davy's just joined in. He's going, evening all.
Evening.
Evening, Davey.
Oh, no, hang on.
Hi, Davey.
Oh, no, they're the wheels. You should be forward then.
How do you work with those kits then? Do you just get everything off the sprue and cleaned up and let them click it all together off the instructions?
Yeah, there's not many parts that are on a sprue. It's mainly, let me just show you. That's the body, the shell, and then in typical like Lego style, it's got.
Oh, has it got like Lego? Oh, so it is Lego.
Lego connected, yeah. Because they lost the pattern a few years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost the pattern for the whole distribution rights. So.
Oh, just when you were saying about them being like Lego.
I mean, normally you make a Lego kit and you still have like pegs and lumps and bumps. That was the last one he made. That was the first one he made.
That's brilliant.
You can't apart from if you look in the cockpit bit. But
I didn't realise it was actually clicked together like Lego. Ah, right, okay.
I have another one that's just like that.
Yeah,
but it's an easy.
Yeah, that's one that Alex sent you. One of the ones that Alex sent you. It's like the one he did for the what was it? Oh, the tornado. Not the tornado. The the Harrier, wasn't it? That Mike sent you.
Yeah, but you've lost that one.
No, we found it. We found it. It was in the front room on the coffee table.
For those who want to see Tommy opening his presents and that, there is a video up in the dungeon. You see his wee face lighting up. He did really, really well. What have you been working on, Dave?
Me, I've been working on the Revell 124 scale Merc, the 300 SL coupe.
How are you finding that?
I opened the box and it was in there. It's there are one or two fitties I've just discovered. But generally, it's not so bad. It's not the greatest Revell kit. And the bodywork's a bit weird on it. In fact, the bodywork's very weird on it. I've got it in fibre. But normally, the body comes with a roof in situ.
Yeah.
But this one hasn't.
Oh, right.
The roof comes separately. Now, the dilemma is...
Oh, that's a coupe, isn't it? That'll be the hard top.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you the option of having the top down. So it's like they wanted to, and then gave up halfway through the engineering of it.
Yeah, you do it with the top up, but it'd be a different colour, wouldn't it? You do it on like the fabric sort of finish, so it's easier to paint it off, isn't it?
True.
Probably, but
Didn't they have the hard tops that you could take off? Like, you know, you fold down the soft convertible top and then you click on the hard top, because there's Porsches like that and stuff like
yeah,
as well.
But the problem then becomes, how do you fix it when you painted it? Once you put it down,
Mate.
Oh, that GS glue.
These little magnets, mate. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Magnets.
I'm in a bit of a dilemma. Put the roof off before, better put the roof on before I spray it, and then I can fill any gaps and sand it. And
you doing it all the one
or
colour?
do I just? Yes. Yeah.
If you're doing it all the one colour, I'd be tempted to fit the roof and spray it in one like you usually do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do it in Mr. Hobby, because I was quite surprised how well that Mr. Hobby Aqua's laid down.
Yeah, the gloss one, right?
Oh, it's a metallic, that one. I think.
I've got the metallic green.
Yeah, metallic and gloss. Like all their paints with glossy finishes are really, really nice. I used that on these two colors. I used on Yamato to do the red.
Yeah,
I do like the paints. Like, I've been using quite a few of them.
And they're good paints.
Heath Lawson's in. Good evening, Heath. He's going awesome. Mike Horns is saying, Vincent, how did you get your screen name?
Well, Mr. Loth.
Must be, yeah.
Loth is it's short for Lothandriel, which was basically my gaming name for ages.
There you go. His gaming name.
Yep.
Anything else you've been working on, Dave?
No, I finished the Calsonic.
You've got pictures of that up on the dungeon, haven't you?
I think so. I think I did. Yeah, yeah. It was a typical Tamiya kit. It was a beautiful kit to build. Really nice. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
So you enjoying the Tamiya kits better than the Revel ones, or?
Yeah, I am. I must admit, yes. I think the Tamiya kits are slightly better, but having had bad experiences with older Revel aeroplane kits, I'm finding it quite a pleasure to build the Revel cars, to be honest.
Yeah, so it's hit and miss. It depends if they're reboxed or whatever. Kenneth is asking, is Dave using the Mr. Hobby self-leveling thinners? It's great thinners. He can't really. He's in his bedroom and he doesn't have an extractor or anything.
You use Tamiya, don't you? Just the box standard X28, Dave.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, normally, but I'm trying the Mr. Hobby Aqua, so.
Yeah, for Mr. Hobby Aquarius, I tend to use the 1110 thinner, which is the.
Is that for the odorless, or is it?
It smells the exact same as the paint you thin it with. You thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just use X20A on mine. If I'm brush painting with it though, you can't
both work.
Down the water.
Both work. Like I can use this on Tamiya acrylics and the other way around. It's
yeah. I'm making my own thinners up anyway, so it's basically isopropyl alcohol retarder and flow improver.
That's what I've been worried about is because it's a water-based acrylic, and it actually true. The Mr. Hobby Aquas is water-based. Would X28 be all right to thin it with it?
It's not. It says aqueous, but it's actually along the same lines of the Tamiya.
Yeah, it's also an
acrylics, but you
also
can
an alcohol. Yeah.
You can thin it with water. I wouldn't spray it with water. You'll get a smoother finish using X20A.
Yeah. Okay.
Scott Henry's in. He's going, hello, Mr. Smoo. Stephen Whittingham's in. Evening, folks. Evening, Stephen. We'll go across and say hello to Chris, who's been sitting there waiting patiently. What have you been working on, Chris? I'll stick you on the big booth.
I've been doing the plane still.
The plane for your model?
Yeah, I've just painted it, so I'm not going to pick it up. It's in there. Yeah. Trying to get the seams on the wings to disappear.
Yeah, or the wing roots and everything. So
I think I'm there now, and the cockpit wasn't a great fit either, so I've got that. Smooth glued in.
Was that one? Rodin or something, is it?
Rodin, yeah. Rodin C141B Starlifter.
That looks quite a big plane, though, eh?
So, Yeah, well, it's 144 scale, so it's huge.
No, it's sitting in your spray booth, all right. Anything else?
No, that's been it really. I've been doing that and playing computer games while I've been waiting for stuff to dry. I do that for a bit and then have to leave it for a day. So I paint it and go and do something else, and then come back and do a bit more.
Great stuff. So
I think that's it now. So once that primer's coat dry today, then tomorrow I'll go and start on actually painting it grey. I know it's grey already, but you know the other grey
as well. Does it?
Yeah, it's got sort of 2 shades of green on the camo as well.
That'll be cool.
Got them ready to go.
Thanks for that, Chris.
What's going to have a timeout?
What was that, Dave?
Tommy's just going for the timeout.
That's all right. I'm just trying to click buttons here and I know what. There we go. That's it. Back to Kenneth M is asking, what pizza did you buy to me? It's sitting there getting cold. It's a nice chicken and mushroom one.
Oh, you can keep the mushrooms.
He's gone for the plain chicken, and he hasn't gone for the spicy one.
No, what coward.
It might be the spicy one though. They got a habit of giving him the spicy one whatever he orders. So
yeah, true.
Oh, actually, who wants to let the folks? I think both Dave and Mike have been keeping in contact with Colin because somebody asked earlier on how is Colin doing. Mike,
just a second message from him.
Right, I'll put on you go, Mike.
Does that mean you're going to have some pizza?
Just a second message. He did say that. Hi guys, was going to try and surprise you with an appearance, but I'm not up to it. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. When I spoke to him earlier today, he was stoned on the medication and in a lot of pain. But he is home. He's home. He's had the op. All went well, quicker than was expected, and he's at home.
And his legs are working. Yep.
If he is watching at all tonight, which if he was going to come in the chat, come in the hangout. If you are watching, Cole, get well soon, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes to everybody, Colin. Yeah.
And what we want to know now is where's Dave going to stick the tulips bin as you're not in hospital?
Well,
yes, Dave.
Mate, me and Pip we spoke to him yesterday. I phoned him up yesterday, had a bit of a chat. As he's on, me and Pip are going on the train on Wednesday to go and visit him. So we'll let you know Wednesday what happens.
Oh, but what you going to do with the tulips was the question, Dave.
It's a surprise.
It will be a surprise.
All will be revealed on Wednesday. All right.
Just in case Colin is watching or watches this back, because I know he downloads and watches shows back and that. Obviously, I'm glad to hear that you've got through the op and everything's went better than you thought. Obviously, you're going to be sore, mate, so I take care. Kenneth M saying, thinking of you, Colin. So, you know, there's people out there.
He's just dosing up on meds at the minute and trying to get some sleep. So I don't know whether he's in the chat or not or watching the stream, but
wish him a good night. Anyway.
Colin, whenever you catch up with us.
Yeah.
Going totally off topic. Seems to talk of pizza here. Kieran's saying you've got to have some jalapenos on there. Now I know Paul likes spicy.
He means jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
Jalapeno.
On a stick.
Sometimes when I get a curry for the Indian, there's like, is that? I'm just trying to think. They're about that size, and they slice through them, and you just get the wee bits like what you get in when you get your nachos and all that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If that's the case, I sometimes get them in an Indian curry, and I can palate them, but yeah.
For a 6'4" Scotsman, you're a bit of a wuss when it comes to spicy.
I am a wuss when it comes to spicy. I definitely am.
He doesn't even drink Scotch, so yeah.
Well, I can drink a malt, but it's not my preferred drink. I like a vodka. I used to drink dark rum. Used to be my favourite. I think Dave will agree with me on that.
Yes. Oh yes.
A wee bit dark as bum, as my mum used to call it. You want a dark bum and pep? Aye, okay. Aye, I've got heartburn, so put peppermint cordial in it. Davey UK saying, glad to hear all went well for Colin. Paul Lloyd saying, hell, they like to get you home pronto these days. Well, I think it's more... They could have kept him in longer, but I think Colin himself would rather recuperate at home because he's got all his home comforts about him. He can suit himself rather than having to stick to their regime. Frankie Goes to Hobbywood says, good
Plus
news. Colin.
He got his feeling back in his legs pretty quick. They had him straight up out of bed yesterday morning walking. So,
wow.
They said once he could walk, then he'd be okay to go home. So,
once he got his feeling back in his legs.
Good on him.
Sure if he was going to get the feeling
give him that. He's a cracker.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Kieran's going, yeah, green ones on about jalapenos. Expat Spain saying, Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire. Mike Hornsey saying, hurry back, Colin. Paul Lloyd saying, Pusser's Rum, lovely stuff.
And that was cat.
I like Pusser's Rum. When I was an apprentice mechanic, my journeyman was going on holiday to Spain the following day, so it was a Friday. And we'd finished work on a Friday and says, you want to go for a pint, Terry? So I says, yeah, I'll go for a pint. So we went to this pub and I didn't realise it was quarter gills. Now, this is in the old days where you got the big measure. It's almost like a double. And I didn't realise it was Pusser's Navy Rum that they had. And I'm just a young laddie, 18, 19. And the two of us had a few drinks and ended up a bit more drunk than I thought. And he sauntered home at 11 o'clock at night. I got the blame, an 18-year-old laddie, of... getting him into trouble because he didn't have anything packed for his flight in the morning and stuff. So yeah. Scott Henry saying a nice McEwen special ale is a bistro. Bistro. I used to drink 80 shilling. You didn't get much of that in pubs now. Do you get much real ale down your way, guys?
Not a lot. Occasionally.
It's all these wee microbreweries now. You go into the real ale pubs and the names of the beers change every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got around here in Hampshire, we've got some really nice Ninewoods. Ballantyne's is a really nice small brewery. They do like runs of about 1,000 bottles. And they call it things like light angler and things like that, you know, Ballantyne's gone fishing. But it's good stuff, but they want to short run beers.
Yeah, I'm not very keen on the English bitter. It's like muddy water for me. So I tend to stick to lager if I'm down south.
Yeah, you're just a big girly woods, really, aren't you?
Me? No, I'll drink anything apart from gin. I don't like the taste of gin. It does my head in. Kenneth M saying he thinks that people heal better at home. They probably do. In the comfort of your own home, with his missus and his kids about him. Paul Lloyd saying he's had a knee replacement a couple of years ago, had me walking the next day. Well, I suppose because your bones wouldn't be crunching anymore, it'd just be your scars that'd be sore. Yeah, out of hospital quick before you catch something. You're more likely to catch something.
Mind you, the place he was in, the Hampshire Clinic, just near London, is an absolute amazing place.
It was a military surgeon that did it, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, it's a private clinic, but he had military surgeon.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're talking thousands of pounds a day to stay in that place. It's like a 5-star hotel, not a hospital. There you go. Very posh place.
Yeah.
I'd have been lying there for days just because the fact that it's a really nice place to be in.
And they bring you the bill.
Get a bed to yourself without she who farts in bed letting off noxious gases.
Yeah.
Paul Lloyd's on about the pussers being falling over water. Aye, fondue juice is what I thought.
I do like pussers if I can get hold of it. It's very hard to get hold of, even in Portsmouth where I am. Quite hard to get hold of.
Lamb's Navy Rum's quite nice as well.
It's all right, but if I can't get pussers, I'll usually go for Woods 100, which is like 57% proof.
See,
but it's really smooth, really nice stuff.
I used to get a wee half bottle OVD off my mum at New Year,
Yeah,
like that. But when I used to work in the bar, this is when they used to have the drip trays underneath all the optic trays. They're not allowed to do it now, but at the end of the night, they would pour everything that dripped into the tray into the dark rum bottle. just so you know. So, aye, back in the day, you weren't really getting that rum. You were getting that rum, whiskey, vodka. Well, they wouldn't put gin in it, but yeah. Stephen Whittingham is saying, Mike, good game today. 5-0 for Liverpool.
Yes. Yes. Very good again.
I heard Scotland did well in the rugby as well, but Scott was saying that we shouldn't have really won it when we're playing it either.
Yeah, we just really were not playing well at all today.
Yeah. I didn't
Wrong
watch
cheap ball, that.
Better than a load of boosters chasing a bag of win.
It's a proper game.
Aye. Oh, I've hurt my ankle. I better fall down now. Referee, he touched me.
Yeah, that's it.
Aye.
Yeah, I want to go off and have a rest.
Paul Lloyd saying, Muddy Waters, great bluesman.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sure was.
he was.
Chris Henderson, great news about Colin. Speedy recovery, sir. Right, how do you habaneros? Right, see, I didn't know are better than jalapenos, and then there are the ghost chilies. See, Paul should be in because Paul likes all this sort of, you know.
I like it as well, to be fair.
Do you like spicy
my
stuff?
habanero sauce. Yeah.
Oh, nah. I'll go to a chicken tikka masala.
There's actually the McIlhenny, the guys behind Tabasco, actually make a very good habanero sauce, Kieran. So if you can get it, because my locals stock it, if you can get it, get that one. It's really good.
I'll go to a lamb rogan, Josh, or a tikka masala. That's about as hot as I'll go. My mum used to make a vindaloo homemade, but it was that hot you couldn't taste anything but fire. So no, that kind of put me off.
Indian stuff does weird things with me because the evening itself, I'm fine. I'm going for the hottest stuff I can, and it's like, oh, this is so tasty, and then the morning after, it's like I feel like absolute shit after eating English curries. It's like, oh my god, what is this?
I do like watching Fox eating hot stuff with Paul and that when they have these.
Oh yeah, he really can't stand this hot stuff, can he?
That's all this hiccup.
You know it's hot. The clue with Fox when you know it's hot, but it's having an effect on it, is when it starts to hiccup.
Yeah. And then I start watering.
That's it. That's it. The spot when it starts hiccuping, you know it's at the spot.
Has anybody actually ever accidentally got chili sauce or something in their eye? Because they know they say if you're eating, don't rub your eyes.
I have. Yeah, stop rubbing it in.
Paul's nose, didn't he?
Was this a kebab incident, Dave?
It was a kebab incident many years ago. Yes.
You fell asleep in the kebab.
Yeah, I went out and I hadn't been with Pip for so long, and we went out one night and I got raging drunk. Bought a kebab on the way home. She went to bed and I sort of like sat on the floor in the living room by the coffee table. And I remember watching it. It was a Clint Eastwood film. It was Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And I fell asleep, but my head ended up in the kebab. And I woke up about 2 hours later in absolute screaming agony and pain. And my eyeball swelled up to about half its size again. I looked like Mad-Eye Moody.
Paul, why are you asking which eye?
Yeah, chili sauce in my eye. I ended up in hospital for like 3 days, pretty much, on and out. So yeah, it was a nasty experience. Now I still eat kebabs, but I just have lemon juice on my kebabs now and chili and everything else.
You use actual pillows now instead of kebabs. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Excuse me.
It was an experience you don't want to repeat. Put it that way.
Kieran's saying I'll have to get me some habanero sauce to try. There we go, habanero.
It's almost like having Ted in the chat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone give Terry words to say that he can't say again.
If I had a couple of vodkas, I'd probably say it bother, eh? But I mean, I'm not used to all the different chilies and peppers names and that. I mean, there's green, red, and yellow, and wee scary things.
Yeah, there's green, red, and yellow.
Guys in chat, if you like hot stuff, guys, anybody watching in chat, if you like hot stuff, try and get hold of them. I mean, Paul sent me a bottle of that, regret. He sent Fox one as well. It really is. You cook with it, and it's literally a teaspoon. Even the teaspoon's over the top and things. Yeah. If you can get hold of a bottle of that, regret, have a go. It's good stuff.
It's because my mum makes like the best spaghetti sauce, but she can never be convinced to put actual hot sauce into it.
No,
like
Bolognese,
18 spoon because
Bolognese doesn't have chili in it. Chili con carne. All right. Paul Lloyd saying spicy is the spice of life.
Yeah.
True enough.
Right, Chris Henderson. Right, I don't understand this. It's obviously about more chilies or something. Chris Henderson saying, "Oh yes, I am the Naga man. Agree. The next day of life is hell." What's a Naga? Is that a Naga?
It's a really nasty type of chili.
Oh, it's a really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad one.
Kieran saying his local Indian does a chicken Naga. They use the Naga chili, which is one of the hottest in the world. So he's just answered my question. All right, aye. Mike Hornsey saying, "Not my eye, but somewhere else." Elaborate, Mike. Where on earth else would you get chili that would burn?
It's
obviously on the end of his nose, like Paul did.
Is it a bit like is it a bit
It's got to be on the end of something anyway.
Is it like if you rub deep heat on your testicles? Is it that kind of place?
Worse.
Why? No, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
No.
Ray from Malta's in. Hiya, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Hello.
Kenneth M is asking, has anyone built a Model Factory Hero kit? I'm thinking of buying a Shelby Cobra kit, and I was wondering if they're worth the £1,000 price tag.
They are decent. They are decent kits. I've seen some people do decent work with it, but
it's all metal and resin.
Yeah, but how much are you into your cars? That's the first question. Is it like your second or third car you're building? Maybe it's a bit too early to try something like that because it's like Smoo is saying, it's mixed media.
Yeah,
so it have plastic, but mostly resin. So that's
and metal. You've got to drill out all the metal things.
Yeah. It's not for the faint of heart.
If you want something like that, have a look at the Tamiya one they just released this year.
Yeah,
at the Nuremberg FIFO, which is Lotus 7.
Or maybe
the only way I can describe a Model Factory Hero kit is a box of resin, plastic, very little plastic, mostly resin and metal parts, and it's so highly detailed that you don't need any aftermarket for it.
You haven't built a car
like
kit
yet. Box of aftermarket.
You haven't then get an Aoshima or get a Tamiya car kit, get started with that, and maybe the next step up would be get like a conversion set or something like that for a plastic kit, and then after that maybe go into the full mixed media stuff. Take it in grades, because
I've seen some of the Model Factory Hero bikes, and you actually have to spoke each individual wheel with individual spokes and the little nuts and tension them and get all the so it really is like a nuts and bolts and minute detail kit.
Yeah, I take it in grades. Start with a full plastic kit like a Tamiya or a Revel or an Aoshima kit, and then maybe after that one, try one with conversion bits like a working suspension or something like that, and then maybe start thinking of going into model factories.
I mean, we're just guessing out. We're just assuming he hasn't. I mean, he might have done.
No, he said
he hasn't built one
yet. Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't then.
Yeah. Take it in steps. Take it in steps, because my first plane kits I did were, out of the box builds. Then after that, I started adding PE cockpits, and now I'm the crazy guy with the full metal flaps for a B-17. That's about this big. So
Yeah.
Take it in steps. Don't jump into the deep end.
Alan's in. Evening, Alan. I mean,
at the end of the day, £1,000 is a lot of money to.
When you're saying, when you're saying, is it worth it? Is it worth it to you to buy such a high detail kit and have fun making it? If it is and you can afford it, then go for it. But if you haven't built something of that genre before, start on something easier.
Because for all you know, you're halfway through the build and you're like, oh dear, I don't like this at all, and then you're stuck with a very expensive halfway built kit.
You need different tools as well, because it's all resin and metal. You need stuff for working with metal, so it's different kind of files and stuff.
This is why my bench looks like this. This is like half of this is glues for resin. Yeah, it is tidy, but like this entire section is basically glues and epoxy resins to get PE and resin together. So it does take.
If you put a shelf up there, you could actually free up about 6 feet of workspace.
I've been thinking of lining that bench with the Hobby Zone stuff instead of this one, and use this as an actual working space, and then grab my stuff if I need it from there.
Expat Spain was saying when we were talking about hot stuff, we went, bugger that, give me bangers and mash any day. I do like bangers and mash.
I had bangers and mash tonight, actually. So yeah, I'll be with them on that.
Yeah, I was like told in the old tonight.
Oh, I've not had that for a while.
Similar.
You got gravy on it?
No.
Oh, you got to have gravy with Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, we had it with pasta and sauce.
Hiya, Pip.
Hey,
Pip lurking in the background. Hi, Pip.
She's a loomer.
Kieran saying that as far as Model Factory Hero kits, you might as well buy yourself a full-size Cobra kit car for that kind of money. I think they maybe be a bit more expensive than that.
Yeah.
Did I say hello to Jared? Jared's in. Ken Sturrock's in. Evening. Hot chilies over a chicken saves you from getting salmonella. I don't know. Dave would know about that. He's a butcher. He deals with meat. Would hot chilies?
The only defence against salmonella is if you get any sort of fowl and it feels slimy or it has any sort of odour, don't even bother cooking it. Just bin it or take it back to your shop, wrap it around your butcher's head and say what you're trying to do, kill us. Or the only real way to defeat any bacteria on food is to cook it and cook it properly. At
the proper temperature. Yeah. All the way through. No blood, juices running clear, all that sort of stuff. So as a myth,
unless it's steak and that's beef, and then as long as it's fresh beef, you can eat it raw. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what it is. Beef is beef. It's safe. It's safe to eat raw. It's the only thing.
Yeah, Koreans eat it raw.
Yes, I know. I wouldn't even eat fish raw. I mean, a lot of people like the sushi and all that lot.
Yeah, it's
personally
raw, is it?
I've watched the chefs doing the sushi, and if you put lemon on, which is acidic, obviously, it kind of cooks the fish.
Yeah, just cook it to a certain degree, but even then, it's not going to kill bacteria.
They ferment it for like 2-3 days as well, don't they? Because if you were to if you're like literally to take a fish, a live fish, you kill it, you fillet it, and then you take the fillet and make sushi out of that, you're gonna have the shits the next day.
Yeah.
I didn't really fancy that anyway. Give me a traditional chippy fish supper with battered cod or haddock, loads of brown sauce, salt and vinegar.
Brown sauce?
Yeah.
Not on fish.
You'd be surprised actually with fish. Now that I'm having to work on the fish bar as well as meat, and I'm being trained as a fishmonger as well now, which I really don't enjoy at all. The amount of parasitic worm I find on a daily basis on different species of fish is unbelievable.
That's why you go to quality. Yeah, that's why you go to quality places and don't get cheap takeaway.
But you get codworm. It's in between the flakes of the flesh. You can't check it unless you actually dismember it and take it flake by flake. We do find it once or twice a week. I'll find codworm in cod, and then we just write it down. It goes in a book, and
then you sell it off price.
We have to write down.
Right?
No, we have to wait. But it's amazing how many parasitic worms are in fish, and you can't help it. It's just the way it is. You've probably eaten millions of them in your lifetime. From fish and chips and chip shop.
Most parasites die when you're
dead, So.
Kieran's saying I've got some sweet chili sausages in the fridge ready for fried brekkie tomorrow. Spicy sausages. Well. Right, the next one's confused me a bit because I've changed the name again. So I'm thinking it's Neil, as in Nelly. Mark Misfits 1 Neil. That'll be his new Misfits group or whatever. But if it is Neil has done Model Factory Hero stuff. What he's saying is MFH Cobra is a 1/12 exact replica based on an individual car. The 1/12 kits are not the one to start with if you've never built one before. So I'm thinking that's Nelly.
Yeah, if it's Neil, he knows the stuff with that. He knows the crap with that. And it's good advice.
Kenneth, no, they're just chatting to themselves. Kieran saying my dad's a butcher. I've been eating beef raw since I could chew it. Now you can do that with beef, but you can't do that with pork and.
Don't
do that with pork or lamb or any sort of fowl, any sort of chicken or turkey or don't even think about it.
Luke's in. Black Rifle Model Works. Evening all. Luke.
Hello.
Hey, Luke.
Luke of the Master Beard.
Luke kindly sent me a cracking little Westland Sea King. because I'd got the lifeboat. So thanks very much for that, Luke. Very generous of you. And I'm tracking down the right yellows and all that to paint it. So I'm looking forward to that. I've noticed you've got the now. I know SAR is Sea Air Rescue or Search and Rescue. Not quite sure what HAR means, but you've got the HAR5, which is in a different livery. So yeah, thanks for that.
Nothing to do with Luke turning up, but I'm going to have to disappear, guys. So,
all right, Chris.
I'll see you later, Chris.
I'll pop in on the chat from time to time. So I'll still be around. What was that, Dave?
It's beard envy.
Right, that's what it is. Right. Night all. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night, Chris.
Kenneth M is saying, what about a 14-day steak, Dave?
Yeah, what mature steak? Yeah, eat any steak raw.
Yeah.
I pretty much do.
You were saying something, we were talking about this the other night, even if there's maggots crawling out, just scrape all the brown bits and the maggots off and you can still eat what's left.
The butcher I trained off would hang a piece of steak, he'd hang a piece of rump, and it'd be there for weeks. And he would just scrape it literally with a scraper, scrape the black off it, slice a bit off, stick it in his frying pan for dinner.
Is that no a bit like what's it the Americans have? They cut it really thin and they hang it over wood and you get flies buzzing about it and all that. The beef jerky, is that?
Yeah, beef jerky, yeah. Yeah, you can hang beef. It can turn green and then it'll turn black and then you just scrape the slime off it, slice it up and stick it in the frying pan. It's just breaking down the fibre and making it really tender. But I didn't fancy it myself. He offered me a bit once. He was like, "No, I'm all right, thanks, Bill."
It's like you ever watched it? I'm a Celebrity getting out here and they get this fermented eggs. It's like 100-year-old egg. Any one of them, but I don't know what.
It's a delicate.
I mean, I'm a nobody me in here.
But yeah, I've when was it? I think for Valentine's, I took the girlfriend out to this nice restaurant, which is like most of the meals are based around beef, because that's what the head chef is training wise. He was a butcher. And he's got this entire cupboard basically full of all kinds of cuts of meat, like Limousin beef and then the Wagyu stuff and whatnot, all ripening. And I look at it, it's like, I don't know. It doesn't talk to me, ripened meat. I look at it, it looks too weird for me.
Yeah, don't fancy it. Scott Henry's saying he must dash as he's heading out. Get well soon, Colin, and enjoy your night, everyone. See you later, Scott. I'll just catch back up the chat again. Paul Chapman's in. Paul Lloyd said, I had fish and chips for the chippy with salt and vinegar and brown sauce this evening. Smoo. Yeah.
Probably 2 or 3 cod, but don't worry, do fine. We're dead.
Neil's saying, you're right, it's Yam in the house. Evening, Neil.
Evening, Neil.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
and Luke saying, no probs, buddy. Yeah, I really appreciate it. It's really, really nice of you to doing that. Later, Chris, see you, Scott. 100-year eggs, utterly disgusting. Yeah. So, Mr. Mountain, have you managed to get any modelling done this week?
Yes. I've practically finished the Beetle.
Ooh.
With some chromey, shiny stuff on.
You've been slow with that.
Shiny hubcaps. Oh, and bumpers.
And the roof's off with a surfboard in.
What did you use
I made door panels.
Oh, they're cool. What did you use for the chrome? Is that the Molotov?
Molotov, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
And I've top coated the lifeboat.
Ooh.
That's very, very
That's
orange.
one I've still got to build. Yeah.
So I'm on with that one. Plus, I've been doing a special order from Scott in Orkney, which I can't talk too much about in case there are other ears on watching live.
It's Smoo Industries product, though, isn't it?
It's a Smoo Industries product. It's going out in the post on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, plus I've been doing the interior. Not that you can see it. So there we go. That's where I'm up to. Done.
That's cracking. Kenneth Emerson, Mike, the surfboard looks cool.
Yeah.
Right, what's this? Yeah, Alan saying Humbrol 69 is the correct version for that kit. I don't use Humbrol paints. I don't like them. I believe Zero paints do one, and it's chrome yellow is the colour reference for it. So I'll be going for the Zero paints, and we've kind of matched up a grey that I can use in Tamiya for the inside. But yeah, I'll be going for the Zero paints on that helicopter.
For the inside, maybe look at Hataka paints, because they do a lot of modern plain stuff.
I'm not wanting to mix this type of paint. I stick to Tamiya, I stick to Mr. Hobby and all the rest of it. I didn't like trying brands that I'm not familiar with because they all spray different. I like to stick with what I know works.
Since you'd be using Zero paint, so you'd be using lacquers. They do a lacquer line as well, so that would.
Yeah, I know, but I know that Zero paints work, and I've heard of Hitaka, but I've never used them, and I'd rather stick with the stuff that I know how to mix and spray. It's a bit like some people swear by, Revel acrylics or whatever. They prefer them, and some people like using Alclads.
Yeah. And you haven't found anything that matches in the Mr. Hobby range, because they do a lot of modern plain stuff as well. Because I got the.
I haven't been able to get a code match for 69. I've went on Google and found the correct sort of, how everything's got like RAL numbers and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
There is a specific colour for the helicopters. But basically it boils down to the nearest one as the Zero paints chrome yellow. So I've emailed Steve Hero Boy anyway, because I also want to try and get the right ones for the lifeboat. I know Mike's done his and it looks good with a X7 orange. Just wanted to see if there was any other colours for it. Because I quite like my lacquers. Paul Lloyd saying HP sauce in his case. No, chippy sauce. You can actually go to the chippy, and it's in an old water bottle, but you can actually get the chippy sauce and use your own chippy sauce. So that's brune sauce. That's proper chippy sauce.
That looks like, I don't know, like you're taking a stool sample somewhere.
I've had some of those jalapenos that you're talking about, and just aye. Right.
Like with them water bottles you see at the side of the motorway, isn't it?
Free brune sauce. Hey.
Sorry, doctor, I lost my sample cup. Here's a bottle.
Yeah.
What's this? Jared saying, order the pot of Tamiya X22 gloss. Do you have to thin it in order to airbrush it? Yes. What I would say is a general rule, what I find anyway, with the Tamiya clear paints, all the clear, which is basically just the X22 with a dad of colour in it. Whereas normally Tamiya you go 50-50, a lot of people just fill it up to the neck of the bottle to get that correct. I actually go 40-60, 40% paint to 60% thinner. Now you can either use X28, or if you want to go really, really shiny, get yourself some Mr. Colour self-leveling thinner. But yeah, I would go 40-60, but that's my preference. But tend to find that the clears need thinned a bit more than the other Tamiya ones. Anybody else? What would you do with your X22 gloss if you were thinning it?
I don't use X22 gloss, but I do use the Mr. Hobby Aqueous range of glosses, and yeah, you do need more thinning than about 40-60. Yeah. Right.
Luke's telling me HAR is helicopter air rescue. There you go. I didn't know the difference. So cheers for that, Luke. So SAR is was it? Search. Oh, I can't mind. But anyway, they're two different helicopters. Neil saying, Kenneth M, best for you to start on a 120th or 124th Emmy Model Factory Hero kit. Although smaller in scale, still fully detailed, but any little cock-ups can be hidden easier. So you can get a smaller scale.
True enough.
Luke's agreeing Zero paints are the way to go.
Kenneth M is being
Kenneth M is saying, it's 7 AM here. At what time is it there? Is Vincent allowed to be up late?
It's 19 past 9 in the evening, and yes, I am allowed to be up late.
Oh, you're an hour ahead there, I say, because it's 20 past 8 here.
Yeah.
But have you had permission from a consenting adult, Vincent? That's the question.
I'm just going to write down what Alan's told me there before I forget it. That AK-739 is another choice. Is that for the yellow for a helicopter, Alan? 739. Jared's going, thanks, BRM. All right, aye. Right, okay. So Kenneth's talking away to Neil there. Aye, search and rescues, SAR. So, Scotty boy.
Yes.
What have you been up to? I'll just click on you for a wee bit of the puff.
He's actually been working.
I have. I have been building up the chassis for my Hasegawa diggery thing. So I've been...
That looks a really nice kit, that, Scott, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's gone together really nice. So I've muckied up the chassis. And I have done the interior for the cab.
You sent me a nice magazine this week. That
yeah, the damaged
magazine. That's actually very similar to your digger on the bottom of it, isn't it?
Yeah, mine's got slightly different things on the end to the.
It shows you how to weather up all the substructure and the tracks and everything. It's really quite good.
Yeah.
So, progress.
I've got the base colours on the cab today.
You were decaling last night, weren't you, on the glasses?
Yeah, the decals on the windows, which were a bit of a nightmare.
That's a nice size, that, 1/35 scale.
Yeah, yeah.
Good stuff. So what paints are you going to be painting that in?
I've got the nearest Vallejo match I could come in for it.
Right.
It's a very, very, very bright orange.
So it's a Hitachi orange kind of colour.
Yeah. It's
not considering the new Zero Paints then.
No,
they brought out.
It's not that far off that's a sprue colour. So it's
aye, all right, okay, aye. So it's a sort of off orange. Aye. Anything else on the go?
Well, I started making a clockwork engine for my Beetle.
Ooh, your Beetle build.
Just somewhere, I can't find it right now. Since it's going to be a sort of steampunk themed Beetle.
Have you got pictures up on the dungeon of that yet? No?
Not yet, no.
Not yet, okay. So your mojo's been a bit lacking, so you've been trying different stuff to try and get your mojo back, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. It's like I keep saying, it's when I sit at work all day sitting at a workbench making tiny fiddly little things. I don't always have the mojo when I come home to sit at a bench and make tiny little fiddly things.
Kenneth's asking, is that the demolition vehicle with the 2 arms, Scott?
It is, yes. Great
stuff. So what products are you using on that to do all the dirt and stuff round about all the tracks?
It's mainly AK. I've been using the texture paint stuff. Just to build up all the sort of
roughness
on the chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you use are you using pigments on top of that, or is that just all the AK?
Yeah, I've used some pigment and some streak and grind just to give it a little bit of depth.
Oh, so you streak over the pigments as well? All right, that's cool.
I'm going to take all the
effective water dripping
down
down
there. I'm going to go for the pencil to get that sort of polished metal look.
Aye, like the worn edges and everything. Yeah. An HB pencil or a soft pencil can give you quite a lot of look like worn metal look. That's quite a good tip. Thanks for that, Scott.
Very nice.
Alan's saying he's been building a Sabre aircraft this week. Sabre, that's a jet. That's about all I know.
Yeah, Korean War.
Oh, going back to aircraft. Yeah, the Sabre actually. Talking about that, give me a sec.
It's a very nice plane, the Sabre, as well.
The Sabre is basically what led to this little fella. This is a MiG-15.
So it was a predecessor to that then?
Well, no, they basically, what happened is, I believe an American Sabre got taken down or forced to land in the Korean War, and the Soviets then took it apart and built that.
And then made it better and chunkier.
Something like that, yeah.
Does anybody else notice that about Russian stuff, especially if you build any military vehicles? They're like over-engineered. It's got like an H section for the chassis out of a block of flats, you know, instead of just like a wee thin sheet of metal, and everyone's like...
It's not really over-engineered, it's oversimplified, because, you know, they make... It's rough engineering, I suppose, because...
Everything is like, can be done with a shifter and a big hammer and a lever, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of designed for mass production and easy maintenance, and
but you do tend to find they're over-engineered, though, aren't they?
Because the way T-34s and like up to the T-55 could use those tracks as well, they basically had a metal plate on the back of the hull to slam the track pins back in, because the pins didn't have any bolts or anything to keep them in place. So they would, you know, start coming out, and then on the back, and then the back plate would just slap them back in as the track moved along.
Alan's saying he's also got a MiG-15 to build as well. Any of you guys? Well, I know Dave's done aircraft. Michael build anything. Scott does it. Mike and Dave have still got their Iron Maiden planes to do, haven't they? You're going to do that as a buddy build.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kieran Ashdown has it down, simplified so it can be made and run by unskilled labor, which is basically what the Soviets did. Yeah. Make 50.
I got some flesh stones this week, by the way. I don't know if you've seen the video. I got some flesh stones from Gordon's Alive, John Bennett. So, seeing as Colin's not here, I'll do the flesh stone face. This is the flesh stones for me to practice. It's a sexy lady. Yes, and it's got lots of calories in it. There's no fat, although she's quite curvy. But there's no protein or salt in her yet. But that's a flesh stone face. So that's that done. Because Colin usually does a flesh stone face. So that's a flesh stone face done. Dave,
your
Beetle's done, isn't it?
My Beetle's done, and my flesh stones are done as well.
Oh, can we get a wee look at that, Dave?
Mine's still hanging here in primer.
Actually, it was immensely relaxing as well. Colin was right. Great fun to do these busts. Yeah, I don't know what my lighting's like, but yeah, she was really good fun to do. Yeah, the parrot I did in oils.
Did you dip the oils back off?
Well, not on the parrot, no. I've got to touch the tail up now because I touched it when it was still not 100% dry. But it was immensely fun to do. Really relaxing. So if you want a little side project, get yourself a bust and have a crack at it. It's good fun.
It's a really nice casting as well, eh? And she's got nice assets.
Yeah, she has got nice assets, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to do the flesh stones, face. Pip isn't there. You've got to do the flesh stones, Dave.
She might be watching downstairs. I'm not that stupid.
No, come on. You've got to do the flesh stones, mate. We've got to do it. There we go. Let you know.
And screenshot.
That's the review we had.
And sorry, you did the bust, and what else was it you said? The bust, and there was something else. I've had a brain for that.
The car?
The bust, the car. I thought you said there was something else. I know. I can't mind. Right.
No, I finished the two. I finished that one as well, didn't I? Early on in the week. The one that was a total disaster paint job, and I had to
You pulled that back well, didn't you? Very nice work, that. Yeah.
So
Paul Freeman's in.
Your Beetle's finished.
Yeah, my Beetle's been finished for ages.
But have you got pictures up on the dungeon yet?
I can't remember. I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. He did, Smoo. I think he actually took a picture of his entire card collection then, didn't he?
No.
I can't remember.
Oh, look at that.
Like the wee dial. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I remember it now.
Is it me, or did you load that suspension, or is it just built like that?
I sort of lowered it a little bit. I cheated.
Good man.
I did some slight modification and lowered it a little bit.
Good man. On my Beetle, I have a Puma loadable axle.
So obviously Mike showed us where he's got to with his Beetle. Scott's only just got his Beetle. Is that right, Scott?
Yeah, I'll just literally the other day.
Scott's got the nicely detailed Airfix one, doesn't he?
Oh, the level 2 one. Aye, it's a different box.
Yeah, it's what is it? It's actually in that box.
Yeah.
Ah, it's a different box. Aye.
I think it's more akin to the 1/24 scale beetle I'm building by Revel, detail wise. But then in of course the
It's still 1/32 airfix beetle.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but it's got the same level of detail as
Paul Freeman's in. Evening, Paul. Evening, Smoo and the crew, he says.
Evening.
Oh, Beaker's joined us.
Beaker.
Hey!
Is Mr. Beaker coming in? Meep.
I'm not sure
No,
if Beaker's working
It's
tonight.
just his nose that's joined us.
It's just his nose is
Right, yeah.
lying flat out on Dave's bench having a sleep.
Yeah.
Kenneth M says, very nice, Dave.
Thank you.
Scott. So have you started your beetle then, Vincent?
Well, yeah, sort of. I
You're
basically
doing the 1/24th one, aren't you?
Yeah. So I put it up here. I put the nose on the trunk, basically, because there's no detail. There's the bonnet. There's no detail beneath that, so I'm glued it in place. So
is that a separate piece in the 1/24th then?
Yeah, I don't know why, because there's no detail beneath it to show. It's not like there's a gas tank or anything.
Has that got a separate engine and stuff?
Yeah, it does have that with an actual hinge, because that's why it's missing.
Right. Okay.
So I've gave it a first prime and sanded away some flaws in the plastic, because there is a lot of like seam lines and whatnot on.
It looks a bit more detailed than the wee Airfix ones that we're doing anyway. That's for sure.
Yeah, but there's typical Revel cleanup, like tiny bit of flash on the seam and stuff like that.
Do you need to borrow the Smoo Industries Revel flash removal
it's
tool?
Not that bad. It's straight. It's a nice mold. It's just takes a little bit of sanding to clean it up, like that first layer of primer to see where the flaws are.
Well, Tommy's having a timeout, Smoo.
Yeah,
he's got that far on his beetle build. He said, "It's all right. I'm beating the Smoo now. I can have a timeout."
The other card I've been working on, and that's why I haven't gone further on the beetle, is this one. Which is a Skyline DR30 super silhouette racer from the.
That's that one with that big scoopy front.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah.
So I made a couple of mistakes because it's the first time using zero paints. So I had to sand it back and reprime some areas and go over it again. But yeah.
Stuff. Is that Pip back in again, is it?
No, it's Jordan.
Oh, it's Jordan.
Hey,
Jordan.
Hey, Jordan. But yeah.
He's not gaming. You feeling well?
No, I've just gone down to have a cup of tea.
Oh, okay.
Also been working on the Panzer IV. I believe I've put some pictures up on the.
Yeah, I'll do a wee show and tell of what's in the dungeon a little bit later on.
Yeah, I'll leave it on the bench.
No bother.
Yeah.
John Bennett's going to meep. As I say, I don't know if Beaker will be in tonight or not. I don't know if he's back on shift.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
You know if he's
mentioned it, has he?
Is Mike there? Mike's went black on me. Can anybody else see Mike?
I can see him, but he's not moving.
John Mountain's in. Evening, chaps.
And there's us talking about Mike. I think Mike's camera's froze again, mate. John Mountain's in. Good evening. Oh! Yeah, I think Mike's having camera problems. I can see him on the wee box at the bottom, but when I click on him, he just was black.
Yeah, he's frozen. He's not moving.
Yeah. Right, so
I think we need to get the Smoo Industries approved prodding stick for Mike.
Oh yeah, he's been having problems with his computer and that. Kieran's saying, I saw the pics, Vincent, looking good. I've got a Dragon Panzer IV in the stash waiting to be built.
Yeah, I've got a Dragon kit in the stash as well. Got the initial production Tiger one. Looking forward to building that one. But yeah, I've got something else planned in the rather big box sitting behind me.
Is that big plane?
I could get it out, I suppose. I mean, it's the box on top. Should I get it up?
Get it out if you want. It's a massive plane, isn't it? Well, I'll do.
In just a second, then.
What's everybody else been building? Obviously, a lot of you guys are joining. We're sitting with 33 viewers, which is about a norm. So good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining in. If you have just joined us and you're actually watching us on a small screen on the Facebook, if you click the little YouTube icon, it'll bring you into the main YouTube feed and you can interact with us with the chat. We also have a nice wee friendly Facebook page that I'll be going and showing you a little bit of the guys' work that come in and chat with us later on. It's Smoo's Dungeon. Feel free to join, create an album, share your work, have a wee giggle with each other, stuff like that. So I'll go into that in just a little while and see what everybody's been up to.
So wait, I can't even get in. There we go.
What is it? A B1? Oh, hold on, I'll click on you.
So I'm starting this big boy. This is going to be the next video build because I'm in final stages of editing all the amateur stuff. Uploading.
That's a big box.
Yeah, that is a big box.
Yeah. I didn't realise it was as big as that.
Yeah. But basically, my dad built the original version of this kit, and I picked this one up at Telford because that was the main idea when going to Telford. Like, I wanted to find a kit my dad built back in the day and, you know, get cracking on it.
Oh, I didn't realise it looked like that. That's quite an interesting looking plane.
Yep.
Alan's saying that's the bone. He's built that. It's huge.
Yep. It is. Just.
Kieran saying he's still working on his Dragon Tiger 1 late production. I've never built any of the German, well, apart from what's the Tamiya one? Panther or something that I'm building in the background. It's I kind of like the Russian stuff. Alan's saying he's just building a plane to get his mojo back. Thinks he has car freeze. Dave's loving his cars at the moment, but I don't know how many you've built, Alan, but Dave's just got like, it looks like a British Leyland car park or something at the moment. Everybody's went quiet. Mike seems to have dropped out. Right, okay. He's in the chat though. Mike's in the chat, but his camera has frozen. John Bennett, Gordon's alive. Says Vincent, he's built that, but get the metal undercarriage for it.
Yeah, got it. Got a metal undercarriage for it, and basically got a whole load of resin to either correct mistakes in the kit or to update it to the current standard of the plane.
As you're saying, your dad built that, so that's why you want to build that one. So it's kind of
yeah. But I'm doing it as it's currently being used over Syria and stuff like that, in the air campaigns there.
So that was active in the Syrian war. So what sort of Mike's back? What sort of time frame are we talking about that was active?
Well, they used it in the recent Iraqi conflict. They used it in the recent Afghanistan conflicts, and they've been using it at the moment in the bombing raids on ISIS and stuff.
Quite a modern plane then.
It's from the 70s, isn't it? They like late 70s. Then they stopped.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, then they stopped making it because like, we don't really need it. And then one president or another said, well, we do need it, and then
Mike Mountain's back. Welcome back, Mike.
I didn't know I dropped out. I could see myself.
Yeah, we could see you.
We could see your wee box at the bottom, but it was kind of like frozen, and we could see you in the chat, but we couldn't hear you or anything.
All right.
You know your brother John's in.
Yeah, I said hi to John in the chat.
Kieran saying B1 bomber. It's a stunning plane. Metal thing is Paul Lloyd spent the day masking the canopy of a 148 Stuka. Actually, Stuka. I built
That's a lot of metal work. That is.
Yeah,
I did that one. It took nearly all day. Yeah, it's a pig to mask.
Yeah, I've done a 172nd one when I was younger, when I was a young lad, and I do like the Stuka as a subject. So a 148 one would be really quite nice. Alan's saying so many PE add-ons for the B1. Yeah, I think you've spent a fortune on them, Vincent, because it's a special project.
this one's reasonable. The B17's far worse.
Right, okay. Oh, the B17 was the other one I was thinking of.
Yeah, the B17 is the one where I got the entire Edward got a catalog for it, and then there's a brand that specializes in World War II plane bits as well in America. So I got most of their catalog concerning the B17. So yeah, I went a bit ham on that one.
Kenneth saying that plane's got a lovely shape. It is. It's a nice shape. It wasn't the plane I was thinking you were talking about. I was thinking about the other big one. Yeah. Kieran saying German tanks means wheels, 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 and even more wheels. Yeah, they like to. I don't know why they do so many wheels. I know it's about spread load on the track and all that, but why do Germans use so many wheels when
the power? That's why you need one of these in your life.
Yeah, I've got one. Yeah. John Bennett, Gordon's alive, says, plus get the resin intakes and exhaust too. I think he'll probably get everything that's there.
I got them. Yeah, the Barracuda resin ones.
Expat Spain's back. Welcome back. 12th power cut off today. Are you getting snow across there, Expat? We're getting weird weather here. High winds and freak blizzards. Alan's saying that plane came out in 1977 or something.
Yeah, that's one of the first prototypes flew, and that's how my dad built one. So he basically built it in all white with a black nose cone and some sort of testing antenna up on the front. Really cool looking.
Shane Young's in. He's building a Rebel 124 Beetle. Yeah, he's in the Beetle build chain. And a Timber Kits accordion player in between. Is that a resin figure? An accordion player? Yeah, that's different. We squeeze box. Paul Lloyd saying, yeah, Dave, inside and out torture. Yeah, I think Paul's possibly built that car that you're doing. Alan's saying that the original plane was supersonic. However, the USA government said they didn't need it, so Rockwell redid it as subsonic. All right. And Expat's got lots of wind and rain. Yeah. I was hoping to get out on the bike sort of either tomorrow or early in the week. I don't know if I'll manage that now. So anyway,
I've got lots of wind.
Got lots of wind in there. Oh, we know about
I have,
Mike. It's usually did you hear that?
Not much rain though.
Yeah, you think he was a chili master. Right, I suppose I better show you how I've got on with my wee Beetle then, eh? A lot of folk were asking, I'm trying out a new paint, the Mr. Colour GX4. It's supposed to be
the new GX paint.
A bright, easier to go on, harder finish, and better coverage than their standard paints.
Than the normal lacquers, yeah.
Now, I've only done a first initial coat. I do have some dust, but I basically primed it in Steinel Res neutral yellow. Thinking that would maybe make it not quite so bright. It's bright. You know, so that's a first coat. There's no lacquer or anything on it. That's just like a first sort of coverage coat, and then I can rub back anything. But it's going to be lovely with my little daisy decals on it, I think. Of which I got 3 sets just to make sure I had enough.
To be fair, with that color, you could do it up as a cab in Mexico City. To be fair, I mean that is vibrant.
So Mexico. I actually think that paint is lovely. It covers brilliant.
I've seen some amazing results with because they just like Mr. Aqueous and in the normal Mr. Hobby Color, you've got your matte lacquers, right, or your clear lacquers. I've seen amazing result with the GX matte lacquer, like the mattest finish I've ever seen with that stuff.
Well, I've got the GX. Obviously, once I get that sanded back, coat it again, and hopefully no blemishes or dust.
Yeah.
And get my decals on. I'm going to go on with a. I'm not getting the what do you call it, the 2-pack, the 2K clear.
Yeah, no, because you
get the GX 100, which is it's supposed to be even shinier and harder wearing. So we'll try it with that and see how it goes with that. So that's that. I've got that done, and I've got a coat on the wheels as well. I'm still thinking about doing white wall tyres on it. That might be a bit challenging. I haven't tried that before, but especially when it's not there's not separate rubber tyres on it, so I would have to mask them off. So I'm thinking about doing that. I've got all my interior together with the cream leather seats and the darker carpet. My wee red shock absorbers and all that. There's not a lot of detail on this, really. The side runners are in gold, and so is all the other ancillary parts. So everything that's supposed to be chrome on this, I thought it would go well with the yellow. I've done in gold, and that was Mr. Colour Super Metallic, Super Gold. So I've got all them in gold. So I'm almost done with it. Apart from it's just painting on the bodywork. So I'll just put that up out the way so I don't break it. I haven't really been working on anything else in the background, so that's kind of where I've got with my Beetle. So yeah, I think the young lad will beat me. Especially when he comes back tonight, because he takes about half an hour to build those kits.
Yeah, you're a slacker though, aren't you?
Paul Chapman saying it's white with snow here on Exmoor. Ooh. I'm laughing at Alan. He's like, see, being an ex-Rupert, I do have some plain knowledge. New visitor in tonight, Stu Tattoo. Hi there. First time catching the show. So far, so good. Thanks, Stu. Mike's calling Alan a brow cream boy.
This is the main fuselage bit.
And of course, Alan's retort is, "Are you jealous, Mike?"
Smooth, look at it. This is the central section of the fuselage.
Oh, wow, that's massive. It's bigger than your bench, man.
Well, no.
Yeah.
It fits about 1A3 mat. So once I clear up some of my glues and put them on the other bench, yeah.
What the hell? That's some size of a kit.
I'm glad, yeah.
You're a madman, Vincent.
Yeah.
Kenneth's saying that Alan is a better name than Rupert. Alan just sounds friendlier. For those not in the know, a Rupert is an officer in the army or the army. That's the one with the map and no idea.
Yeah.
Sergeant, where are we?
Funniest thing I ever heard was an RSM addressing junior officers. He says, "It's just quite simple. You call me sir, I call you sir. The difference is you mean it."
Aye. Yeah. If you want to know anything, you ask the sergeant, the regimental sergeant major. You didn't go to the Ruperts. Aye.
Nope.
Oh, excuse me. I needed a little bit of Scotland's national drink. Your Iron Brew there. That's better. Right. I must have missed some of the chat because Shane Young's right. The kit he was on about. It's a wooden kit that you build with PVA. It's a moving model. You crank the handle and away he goes. Look at the kits on YouTube. Oh, so that's the accordion player. So it's a wooden kit. Well, that sounds interesting. Could maybe get some pictures of that up, Shane. Yeah, folks agreeing that that sounds an interesting kit. Cheers, Jared, for saying my wee kit's looking good. JS Idaho, B1A was envisioned as an all-nuclear weapon bomber, cancelled by President Carter before it entered production. A B1A?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
That's the prototype. That's how my dad built his. Basically, that's how he modified his to look like.
Right, the B1A.
Yeah, and then basically when they actually put it in service as the B1B, they removed all the pylons on the outside that were capable of carrying nuclear tipped missiles or bombs.
So the pylons is the bomb carrying bits that stuck out the wings, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they've got the internal bomb racks, but the external ones were really meant to carry nukes. Right. And under those START treaties, they said no supersonic capable bombers for you.
Alan's been a bit cheeky there. Is what Smoo is going to finish a model? I might actually finish this one, but I don't think I'm going to beat Dave's lad because Expat Spain saying 200 quid just for paint, probably. It's going to take a few pots of paint that to do that model, Vincent. Vincent, hello.
Yeah, well. Got 4 pots.
Yeah. Have you sprayed something that big before?
Yamato.
Or is that a similar size? And did that take a bit...
Lengthwise, Yamato is a similar size. Of course, it doesn't have massive wings sticking out of the size, but yeah, lengthwise, it's about the same.
Well,
I think you'd actually better taking that thing to the local body shop, Vince. It's pretty much the only place you're going to have space.
Aye, get into the spray booth. Jace Idaho obviously knows his planes. The B-1B came back. Yeah. Under President Reagan's rearmament program, as mentioned, subsonic low-altitude bomber with more flexible conventional weapons. Kenneth's asking, did I finish my Space Marines? No. Just last week I didn't have much mojo. I'm almost done with the sergeant fella. Finding it quite therapeutic, but I wanted to get on with the Beetle. But I'm kind of lacking mojo, so at the moment I'm just sort of doing edge highlighting, which takes bloody ages. So yeah, just working my way through them one at a time, just while I'm sitting chatting to the guys at night. So no, I've not finished anything. Right, I think we should go and have a little look at the dungeon, will we? So bear with me a minute while I see what's in there. Because a lot of you guys have been posting stuff up tonight, which is absolutely brilliant. Right, okay. Chat amongst yourselves while I'm looking to see what's new. There's a lot of stuff coming up on there. So I'll just refresh the dungeon.
Has Mike frozen again?
I'll tell you in a second when I come back onto the screen. Right, that's we got the dungeon up.
No, Mike hasn't frozen, I think.
I'm clicking on him. He's went black. No, he's there. I can see his face. He's moving. He's alive.
He's trying to talk, but nothing's coming out.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, Mike's fine. No, his picture's there. Right,
oh, that's good. I was a bit worried there.
Alan's taking the mickey there. See, Smoo not finished another model. Aye. Expat Spain. Can't wait to see Vincent get that in the spray booth. Aye. Right. So, obviously, I'm going to pop up the dungeon. Let me see, get on it, present to everyone. So if one of you guys can keep an eye on chat, because obviously I can't see it while I'm looking through the dungeon, for any comments or whatever. There we go. There's Smooth's dungeon there, and we shall share it. So yeah, if you haven't a member yet, I shall actually refresh and see if we can get onto. See if we take all this nonsense off the end. If you're actually looking for the URL to go to, yeah. Right, so it's facebook.com, groups, Smooth's Dungeon. Friendly little group. And what's happening here? Yeah, pictures are coming up. It's obviously because I'm streaming at the same time. Friendly little group, welcome to join it. Admins will need to add you. Treat everybody like you to be treated yourself. And it's just a place to share all your work and everything. I've got all the rules in the description of what the group's about at the top. It's pinned, so if you're viewing with a mobile device, you might have to click on show pinned post. So the first one, another huge model. We're talking about huge models. James Hornsey is doing a 1/32 scale P61. Now this thing was the one that I think the last shot we got, it was sitting in his spray booth hanging out. That is a cracking looking kit there. Hobby Boss, I believe.
Look at that. All of the engine details looks lovely on that.
All the big guns on the top. Yeah, so it looks like it's leaving one of the twin radial engines uncovered, possibly. Maintenance mode. We'll hear back from him, but what a cracking size of model that is. So he's definitely made a lot of progress on that, because I think the last time we've seen it, that was in Primer last week. I'll just scroll down again. What else we've got? Stephen Whittingham. Oh, just lost his mojo with the ship he just bought. His Audi R8 plus motorcycle going to start bike tonight sometime. Right, so this is a ship that he just bought. Oh, I've never done a. Well, that looks like a wooden ship, is it? Dave, that one of these wooden kits?
I can't tell really.
It's a bit hard to tell, but
yeah, that's some size. Yeah, some size.
It looks like it might be a plastic one. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's what he's got himself to. because he's given up in the ship, so he's got to sell a wee Audi R8 for Revel and a CB750. Oh, that's a custom tuned one from Tamiya. So that's what he's going to move on to. So that's what Stephen is up to next. Let's keep going. Right, Gordon's alive. I love this.
That's awesome.
It's a Dukes of Hazzard interpretation. So this is where he's got to so far. Obviously, he's got all in paint. He's still to do all his gloss and that, but he's got some General Lee decals on, and his. So it's going to be. What would it be? It wouldn't be the General Lee. It would be the Dukes of. I can't remember what I said. I had a wee joke.
That's Dukes of Hazzard.
General Von der Lee. What was it I put up? Dukes of Herbie. That's it. It's the Dukes of Herbie. So yeah, Gordon's obviously taking part in the Beetle build, and there's a few of us in it just doing whatever we want to these little Rebel starter kits. So yeah, there's somebody going on a slightly different variant. David Atkinson. Oh, he must have done a bit more work now. This one again, it's the Epic starter kit. He was doing this up as a young lad that's having it as a banger racer. He's got a bright yellow in there as well. So he'd heated it and deformed it. So this is kind of where we got to last week. Well, now he's spraying up all his bumpers and his dash. So a yellow and red. Ooh. Oh, looks like a bit of scratch building there with a roll cage. I wonder if he's used the insides of the cotton bud tubes that Colin was on about. His own roll cage for it. Oh, custom seat. Ooh, very nice. So that's interior with just one race seat in it. I wonder how he done the race seat. I wonder if he scratch built that. Windows in, bit of two-tone thing going on there.
Cool.
Looking all battered up. Obviously, it's going to be a banger racer. So David's got some progress on that for last week. I wonder if he scratch built that seat. That was kind of cool. Right, Vincent, Mr. Loth, I'll let you talk us through these ones, mate.
So this is basically an older Tamiya kit, a Panzer IV H. Doesn't have the side skirts on yet. So what I did is I bought a metal barrel for it because it's got a split mold barrel in it, which is nasty to work with. And I wanted a one piece. And I got metal tracks for it, and all the spare tracks, that like the belt that's on the front of the tank and all the individual links on the side, are done with metal tracks as well that I had left over. And then I basically gunked up the wheels with some AK Kursk mud and panel lined it with neutral brown panel line wash from MiG. And of course the muzzle brake on the cannon I gunked up with soot pigments.
Sooty pigments. That's looking nice, mate. So just the side skirts to go on that then?
Yeah, just the side skirts. Too bad I don't have a picture of the back on because I did some extensive work on the exhaust as well with pigments and different shades of rust.
Well, if you go into them later on and create an album, Vince.
Yeah, will do.
And then click on it and then you know, move.
Yeah, because I literally just finished the panel line wash on everything 5 minutes before we started the live. Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking good. Right, Brian Griffin. He's just catching up. He was a bit behind us getting the kit. So last time we seen it, this was a Herald build. This is one previous to the one that we're on. Just a bit of fun. So he's making it look like a rough-looking Herald. So not clean and tidy. It's got a lot of rust and bubbling up along the sides there and rusty wheels and all that kind of thing. A lot of dust and that about it. So he's doing kind of a clapped out Herald. Probably what it would look like when you see one round about in the streets if it was still going about now.
In the original colours, yeah.
Yeah. So that's Brian, I think. Yeah, so that's how far Brian's got. I think he's done with it, but I think the only thing that was missing for it, I picked it, he's lost his air filter, which is probably on a stick somewhere. But right, so he'll be going on to the Beetle next, I think. I can't remember if Brian's joining in the Beetle build. TK, right, TK's working on something. Now, he's saying it's a horrible kit. It's a Polar Lights 1/1000 USS Reliant from Wrath of Khan. It's not at all screen accurate and quickly turned into a lighted test kit. His first ever lighted kit. He'll do a video on this one at a later stage, but this is a 1/1000 USS Reliant. That's an interesting model, and obviously he's tried lighting it up for the first time, so that's cool. Well done, TK. That's something a bit different. Yeah, and there's a...
he's got it in Aztecs as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Does he have a picture of that? Putting those on?
But look, that's all his lighting stuff that he's got.
I think he focused the lighting on the central nacelle and didn't bother with the little engine pods just yet, because it's his first lighting kit, isn't it?
Got a bit of pre-shading and stuff on that on there. Yeah.
Oh, look at
That's
look
quite
at that.
dazzling, actually, when you see it like that. Yeah.
That looks good.
Oh, there's another nice one. Ooh. It's a German plane. What's that one? I'm not in.
Isn't that a Phantom?
It's a Tornado.
It's a Tornado? Okay. There we go. Thank you.
Tonka.
I was actually flicking through all TK's pictures there because he's actually just shared his post off of his own site. Right. Ronald Rocco has started a YZF R1, and that's his progress so far. I've built that myself, although I didn't even try and tackle that carbon decal at the back. He's doing it in the same colour as the one that I did as well. So that's a good thing. As well,
Takama Racing one, or whatever it's called.
That's a Tiara Racing Edition, that one. Yeah, he made up. He did message me. The decal that comes with the kit is pretty crap. I attempted fitting it and then went, nah. What he actually done was he downloaded an image of the brown carbon decal and printed off his own in scale. And he said he went through 2 A4 sheets of decal paper before finally managing to get that one to sit the way he wanted it. So yeah, he did message me on that one. It's a nice wee bike. It goes together quite nicely. So that's what Ronald's working on there. And he's got something else a little bit further down. Oh, he's treated himself a new airbrush. Now, I've heard the Pash. I've never seen one. They're supposed to be like one of the better ones you can get.
Yeah.
TG Talent. So he's treated himself. It looks a beautiful airbrush, like. But he's saying the connector on it's not the same size as his normal airbrush. I wonder if that's like the Badger ones. Scott?
Yeah, you can get an adapter. They're not expensive. They're just a couple of quid.
It looks about along the same lines as a Hardrin Steinbeck Evolution. No, not an Evolution Infinity. With that back end, yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be really, really high quality. I could never afford something like that, but it looks nice. What else have we got? Right, Paul Shapland has started another build. A Rebel Red Bull F1 this week. He's got an UMP primer and top coat of zero paint. So that looks like he's put a metallic base and some of the colours down. I quite like the look of these Formula 1 cars, actually. I don't know if I would manage all this carbon decaling and all that up the sides, though. Painting it, I don't think I'd have a problem. This is a bit I would have a problem with. All these decals, trying to get them to conform. I don't know how easy these went on, Paul. But I could see me uttering a few Smoo-isms trying to get them to settle in. Especially that Red Bull with the complex curve round there where the R comes up round the air intake. And the bull on the top of the air scoop on the top of the engine. I think I would probably swear
I have all that to look forward to my Red Bull build.
Oh, have you got one of these as well?
Yeah, I've got the Tamiya one.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where he's got to. That's cracking, Paul. Keep us updated with that one. I do like the Formula 1 cars. Like, I don't know if I would manage the decals on them. That would kill me. Obviously, if you haven't seen it yet, Dave's son Tommy had his birthday, and a few sent him bits and bobs. Thanks very much to people who are members of the dungeon that also sent stuff. Really nice.
Much appreciated.
So if you want to watch him opening these presents, along with Munchkin, this is basically where I've got with my Beetle. Might see it a bit better on this. That was it in the primer. Everything primed up. Interior all done. And the underneath and everything. all the stuff in the gold sitting there. Don't know if you'll make it any better on there, and kind of where I am with the yellow paint. So yeah, I do like that yellow. That Mr. Colour GX4. It goes on brilliantly. I know yellow's a paint to spray. Everybody wishing Tommy a happy birthday. Right, Bob Bray, this is absolutely gorgeous. This is a Tamiya 1.6 Fat Boy. Now, if it will come up, you would think that was a real bike. The way he staged that photograph with the background and everything, you would think that was actually a real motorcycle. It's not. It's a 1/6 scale Tamiya Harley Davidson. That's absolutely stunning. These can be quite pricey, these kits, but that just, yeah. Great job on that one, Bob. Are we nearly there? What else have we got? People taking the mickey. Obviously, Mickey Nodes likes to take the mickey out of me. He tried to show me I wouldn't ride a Harley. I'll show you my bike. That's my real life bike with a couple of flesh stones sitting on it. So that's what I really ride. I wouldn't ride a Harley. It's not my kind of thing. I'm not old enough yet. So yeah. Not old enough yet for a Harley.
You don't look like a Harley rider, Smoo.
Oh, Kieran, right, our new member who's hanging about in the chat. He's just got back into models after about 20 years away. So he's got him a Dragon Tiger 1. He's also got himself an airbrush and a compressor. So these Dragon kits are quite good. It looks like a lot of photo etch and stuff on the back of these. I've never built a Dragon myself. They look nicely detailed and everything. That looks like that'll photo etch around there. That'll be a bit of...
Yeah, the only thing you need to watch out for is sometimes they leave stuff out of their kits without bothering to do a proper rebox. So you
looks like
get
it's got a full metal barrel on there, which looks nice as well. And the tracks, they look nice. They're sitting nice. So obviously they must be individual link ones. Looking at those.
Yeah, that looks like freels, yeah.
And he's got a primer there. Always makes a difference once you start getting the primer and everything down. And then his camel going down. That's looking nice.
Cracking build that.
Oh, you want
Cal's on. And then he's going for the winter whitewash on it and then chipped it back.
And it goes.
I wonder if he's planning a dial. Are you planning a dial for that, Kieran, with the winter wash on it?
That way.
Obviously, the side skirt's on. He's got the one missing as if it's been damaged in battle and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's cracking, Kieran. Considering you're just coming back into the hobby. What else have we got? Oh, this is cracking. Right, Kenneth Sturrock. We're all going on about the flesh stones and everything. This is a cracking Knights Templar bust.
No, we want.
He's done an absolutely cracking job on this, and he's got some other wee busts that he's been working on in the background as well. Get yourself one of these wee resin busts, guys, and practice some flesh tones and doing all the armor and everything. I mean, there's a Mongol warrior, that'll be Genghis Khan and all that in the background. Julius Caesar. Cracking little busts out there, and if you get the remolds, they're not that expensive. I really like the way you've done that, Kenneth. That's a cracking little bust there.
Smoo?
Yes?
He wants to show you. He's halfway.
Oh, you're going to beat him, Tommy.
2 seconds, Tommy. I think I've got 2 more to go, and then I'll come back out the screen. So, Gordon's Alive has been doing a 1/16 scale Hobby Boss Tiger.
Yeah.
So last time we've seen it. Now that's just to give you an idea of scale. See these beetles that we're doing? That's the beetle sitting next to this tank. It's absolutely massive. He's got all the camo down on it. He's just showing you some of the detail there in this kit. You can even see all the weld detail and everything.
Yeah.
Unless he's added that himself.
This air has to go through this.
That's a cracking kit. And we'll get on to Tommy just shortly, I think. Bob's also doing a Hasegawa Ferrari 250 Testarossa with 0 paint, so he's just on the rolling chassis stages with that.
I know it's so
Very nice. And I think we're almost done. Oh, actually, seeing as Tommy's going to come on next, Tommy's got an album up. So people were asking to see some of Tommy's work. The only one that's not on this is the Harrier GR3 did. So this is a dropship. Dave, do you want to talk us through some of these, mate?
Yeah, that was the Revell easy kits. That wasn't very easy, actually. That was an absolute nightmare to build. They come pre-painted and they snap together. So, I mean, somebody commented that it was a nice colour scheme and that it actually came like
the Lego one that you showed us earlier, is that?
Yeah, we're not quite at the painting stage yet, but we're getting there, aren't we, Tommy? Yeah. So that was the dropship, yeah.
What's that one?
That was Anakin Skywalker's Starfighter, and we did a little modification on that. That blue stuff, that was hot glue gun, and because he wanted to make laser shit out of it, so we did that.
And R2D2 sitting in there.
Yeah.
That's another shot of it from another angle.
One part a bit fell off, so I'd use blue tack.
Oh, look, the dropships have actually got wee stormtroopers inside it.
Yeah, it's got troopers in it.
Cracking stuff, Tommy. Oh, right. Well, let Tommy say what this is.
What one?
What's that?
My Zaku.
Oh,
yeah,
Zaku.
it's Zaku.
And what's that down there? It looks like a log.
It's one of our cinnamon sticks, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was his first ever model kit. Was that Zaku?
That's cracking.
Yeah.
And did you help him with the dio, Dave? Did you?
I did. I did the dio for him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. There he is. There. So did he have to paint that then, Dave?
Only the dark green. The light green is the colour it came. We painted. He actually dry brushed those pipes on the leg and that. He did them. Yeah. And the dark green he painted as well.
Well, that's good.
We had to have a lesson in thinning paints.
Right. Now, this is the one we were trying to show them earlier on. This is the one that clicks together like Lego.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the Airfix Lego sort of quick build things. They're great. They are fantastic for younger kids.
And I like this one. What's this, a GR4 or something?
Yeah. Yeah, that was his Tornado. That's another Revell snap kit. The easy kit, Revell ones. They're actually really nice. They come pre-painted. And
nice.
One or two of the bits look figure. The cockpit, not the cockpit, the canopy was a bit of a pig on that one.
Oh, aye. I can see just in the front there.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't really fit properly at all. It was a bit of a nightmare. Jack's mouth, it's Smoo approved. Yeah, so and that's it.
Models. And I think I'll just stop sharing and see as we're talking about Tommy.
The next slide, you have to put this on, or then this.
Okay. All right.
Right, I'm back in the room.
Yeah, so let's show Smoo how. What are you doing? Hang on. We've got to show Smoo how well we're doing. Yeah, well, he's actually. I think he's actually beating you now, mate.
Oh, James, that looks cool.
You better get him moving, Smooth.
I like that.
Oh, look at that.
He's going to beat me. I can't do any more to mine. That's like Lego. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Lego, but it's on a bigger scale.
Yeah. It's on like a scale that's the same size as my white one. That's not Lego but plastic. And you know that thing there where I lost that thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah, that one gets more in to it. This one gets less.
All right. Right then. So we're on the next bit now. We're on trying to work out how the doors go because they're a bit weird.
Well, we'll leave you with that now then, Dave. We're sure to figure it out, a man of your caliber with all that Lego.
So we want that bit that's got an arm on it, which is it. Right, and that goes there.
Mike's went blacked out again. His camera's playing up. You can probably hear us talking, but yeah, Mike's camera's playing funny buggers tonight. Right. We're at 37 viewers. Wow. Right. I'm just having a look back through the chat to see if I've missed anything. Yeah, Jay Idaho's going beautiful widow. Haha, them Dukes. Love the Beetle. Yeah. Ah, right. Davy UK. Sadly not scratch built, but the racing seat, it came from the Aston Martin Airfix seat. Ah, I wonder where you got that for. That's quite a cool one. Lee Barlow's in. Hello, crew, and all. A bit late tonight. Paul Shapland was actually saying the decals weren't too bad on that car. He had some help with the hairdryer. I know Fox said don't use a hairdryer on your decals. I have had to do it in a couple of bikes where you try to shape them, just a wee warm up with hairdryer, just make them a bit more pliable. He's obviously asking how Colin's doing. Mike's answered Paul loves the Harley. Yeah, I do like that Harley. Expert Spain saying Dragon kits tend to be a lot of money. Nice blast.
They've got a budget line, don't they? They've got a budget brand, but I can't remember the name of it now.
Maybe the orange line, maybe.
Yeah, orange line, but there's a brand, different brand, and I believe it's like their budget brand, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
Can't remember the name of it. Maybe someone in chat does.
Lee Barlow was asking, where's the best place to get these busts from? There's a couple of places that I know. If you go onto eBay and look for the Russian seller, he has got his own website that you can buy direct from him, but he sells on eBay. It's Rover Miniatures. That's coming up. It's www.rover-miniatures.com, but that's all in euros. But that's a Russian guy that sells on eBay. The other one is that Chinese eBay. What do you call it, Scott? Can you mind what it's called again?
I'm just trying to remember.
It was Alan Fallon that put me on.
Taobao or something like that.
No. It's like eBay, but it's no. Alan tell me because it was him that put me on it because that's where I got my female stormtrooper.
Yeah,
from.
Cyber Hobby Orange Line, Kieran Ashdown.
No,
Indeed.
that's not that one.
Where's the stickers?
He's actually got it up in the chat. Buy your molds from AliExpress if you're just starting.
That's the one.
That's
you
like
used to be able to get Recast, Games Workshop, and Forge World from them, but can I crack down on it?
It's basically all recast, so a lot of people frown on it. But at the end of the day, if somebody's wanting to charge £60 for a silly wee thing, just and somebody's recasting it in good quality for 15 quid, what one are you going to go for?
Yeah. I got 2 or 3 Forge World recasts just to see what they were like, and actually, once you painted them, they were absolutely fine. There was no.
Alan's obviously he's got the female stronger. I priced it on eBay. It was about 35 quid. I think I got 3 figurines. I got that female stormtrooper. I got a biker chick, and I got an angel on a pedestal, all for 20 quid. Shit. It took about a month to get here, and the quality of them is pretty good. Kieran's saying Cyber Hobby, but the quality isn't great. Yeah, but that Russian guy has. I showed you it last week. I don't know if I've still got it handy. Yeah, the Russian guy. I'm not too happy with the metal one, although he's sending me out the bit that's missing. The quality of the casting on this is fantastic. I went for an Elven Archer, and I'll just pull out part of it. It comes all bubble wrapped up and everything in a bag and all that sort of thing, This was a £15 plus £5 shipping, and the quality of the casting on it is fantastic. There's not much clean up on that at all, and obviously there's the rest of the parts that go with that. But for £15, I mean, there's a wee stand for it, and then if you can imagine the stands in it, so it's going to sit about. I'm just trying to do it without dropping it. So the stands on it like that. So it's a fair. I've got big hands, right? So that's a 1/10 scale bust. So if you're wanting something a decent size to start practice your flesh stones on, even at 15 quid, you know, for something that size is gorgeous. You've done a couple, Scott, have you not?
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
You've done a couple, have you not?
Yeah, I'm still working on that one I've got.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at another one, I just haven't got it yet.
What was the one that you got?
It was give me a second, it was based on a character from a tabletop game called Infinity. Just give me a second.
Right, the female one.
Yeah, what have I done with her? She's here somewhere.
Wasn't a bit old.
Yeah, I'm still working on her.
What they were.
That's the one I've been working on.
I think you put some pictures up in the dungeon somewhere of her, eh? It's a female sort of, yeah. The only thing I can think of is it's a bit like a Halo figure, kind of, but female.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like. It's based on one of the characters from, it's like a Warhammer type game, but it's called Infinity.
Is that a 1/10th one, or is that a one?
I think she's 1/16.
That one that I had there was a 1/10th.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll find it.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
Dave's helping out the young lad. So yeah, guys, any of you guys got any questions in chat at all? It can be model making related or not. I mean, if we don't know, we probably know somebody that can get you the answer. But I mean, if you've got any, if you're new back to the hobby or anything, any model making related questions or any topic whatsoever. I mean, obviously, if you guys are firing away questions and that in the chat, it helps us keep the chat going. We're light on numbers tonight because sometimes we have a few more people in, but obviously Colin's recuperating and he's usually quite good for a few laughs as well.
I believe Reese is working.
And Reese is away working, that's right. Paul, I've seen Paul earlier in the week, but he's been busy. Sometimes, occasionally, we'll get Ted and Fox coming in. If you mention flesh stones, you'll get Ted in. And if you mention Japanese mechanized robot things, you sometimes get Fox popping in. But he kind of went on to the games workshop side of things just now as well. I'm finding actually for learning to paint a wee guy like this size now, they're 35mm figures. And doing the flesh stones on his face. Sorry if it's strobing a bit with my hand. I'll never get it in focus, but trying to do the highlights and that on his face on something that small. I did make the mistake of fitting the heads to the figures before painting them, so it made it a bit more difficult. But if you can crack doing the flesh stones on something that small, if you've got a 1/10 scale bust, it's going to be a bit easier. The thing I'm not going to do is eyes. Colin's gave me a few tips on how to do eyes, but yeah, it kind of scares me. How do you manage with eyes in that, Scott? No, Scott disappeared. How did you manage when you did your eyes on your figurine, or did you just suggest them on that scale?
Scott's not quite catching you. Scott?
Sorry.
See, when
I've not done the eyes on her yet.
You've not done the eyes yet?
No.
Eyes?
What?
See, when you did your bust with the parrot, how did you find doing the eyes?
I stood about 6 foot away with a catapult and went like that. No, I followed Colin's advice and I actually turned it upside down.
Yeah, he was saying, if you turn your figurine upside down and
it actually works on works on 1/35 as well. Yeah. It's quite good, just to get the white in.
With your hand-eye coordination, your brain is it's the way your brain reacts to a face. But if you turn it upside down, it sort of like tricks your brain into not thinking that it's an actual face. Do you know, like if you walked into a room and you've got like spattered paintwork on a wall, like they do in toilets and things like that, don't they?
Yeah.
Or you get tiles that have got splotchy marks on. You sometimes your brain will pick out the image of a face.
Well, it's the same if you're looking at the clouds. Aye.
Yeah, it's a flight or fight response from being like cavemen and that. But if you turn it upside down, it tricks your brain into thinking it's not an actual face. It's weird, but it works. Trust me, it works. Just turn it upside down, Smoo.
Alan's saying, question, why does my dig snore? Who's his dig? Daft question. Jared saying, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? I would love to go to America. I've never been to America. I'd like to visit the Kennedy Space Center and Elvis's place and stuff like that.
Never appealed to me.
Bahamas, obviously, if we win the lottery.
Well, I've been pretty much. I had 25 years before I started as a butcher. I had 25 years as a coach driver, and I've been to sort of every major city in Europe. So I'd like to go back. I'd like to take Pip and the kids to places I've been to, like Pompeii, Vesuvius. You know, around Sorrento area, quite like that. The south of France is another place I'd like to take them, just to see what I've seen, basically.
When I eventually get a more touring styled motorcycle, like an adventure bike, than my current crotch rocket, I'd like to tour Europe. I think that would be fun on a bike.
Yeah, I would love to go right from the top of the Atlantic Road and right round Europe, and
on a bike.
That'd be awesome.
On a bike, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you,
like right from the top of Norway, right down.
Yeah.
Right round the edge of Europe.
Right through to Italy. So nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Vince? Are you quite well travelled?
Nah, not really. I've only been to like the neighboring countries and England.
Yeah.
But I'd love to go to Japan at one point.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, Japan definitely.
Yeah, that might be quite an interesting one. Yeah.
I'll look at Tamiya and Bandai's place.
Actually, the factories. Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
Frankie Goes to Hobbywood has got a serious question, a model making related question. Is there a difference between painting plastic kit and resin? I heard resin is more difficult to paint.
You need to get a decent primer for it, basically, because it kind of soaks up the paint otherwise, so it'll be a bitch to cover.
Wash your resin. Well, I mean, a lot of the guys wash their plastic kits. I tend to be lackadaisical on plastic kits, modern plastic kits, because there doesn't tend to be mold release agent on it. But do wash your resin kits.
Yeah, absolutely wash your resin kit.
Yeah.
Stynylrez is good on resin. A lot of people prefer to use a lacquer because it gets more of a bite into the resin. But yeah, if you go with a weak primer, I'd say Stynylrez or a lacquer base. If you go with some of the weaker ones like the Vielo and all that sort of stuff, they don't grip enough. And if you've ever done a primer test where you spray your primer down on a bit plastic card, and then you spray your base coat down, and then you let it dry, and then you put the masking tape on and take it off. If it peels back off, it's not going to work on resin. So Stynylrez passes the masking tape test, and so does lacquer one. So I would go for either one of those. If you get a decent primer down and you've washed it properly, they're not really any more difficult to paint. It's sticking them together. If you've got a small figure, you'll get away with using CA glue as long as it's not a load-bearing part, because as soon as you put sideways pressure on it, it'll just snap off. For slightly bigger, you can drill them and pin them with brass rod, and either use 2-part epoxy, or I'm going to try mine with this GS Hypo cement that I'm on about, that the jewelers use. It dries clear. I'm going to try mine with that. So it's just gluing, pinning, cleaning, and priming is the only difficult bits about working with resin. Anyone else? Anything to add to that?
Nope.
No. I just wash mine. I even wash my plastic kits, but you haven't been bitten yet, Terry, obviously, but once bitten.
Caught out in the Herald. I didn't wash it, and as soon as I sprayed Stynylrez on it, it lifted up.
Yeah. I always wash everything. In fact, what I tend to do as well, another good tip, if you're going to wash a kit, just use your ordinary household like washing up liquid, but put a couple of drops of vinegar in it as well.
Right.
Yeah, I find that works fantastic, especially for mold release, because it's like quite oily. But yeah, just do that. Same with the resin kits. Always, there's no exception whatsoever with resin kits. Always wash it.
Yeah.
And let it air dry, and before you do anything to it.
You say that there is one brand that I know of that actually washes their figurines, and it's Alpine. But then again, that reflects in the price because Alpine is rather expensive for one.
That's like the difference between you can go and buy a new car, but you can go buy you can go and it'd be nice. You go and buy yourself a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. You know what I mean? That's clean.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
What about you, Mike? Have you done much with the resin stuff?
Absolutely nothing at all.
You've not done
nothing
anything
at all, mate. No,
not even a wee figurine.
I don't fancy it, to be honest.
Yeah, you like your space shuttles and your planes.
I'm old fashioned, mate.
I thought you had to do one of the pennants for your Beetle. I thought Colin said you had to do one for your Beetle. Fine.
No, I'm not. I'm not buying one. If somebody sends me one, I'll do one, but I'm not buying one.
Kenneth M is saying for GW kits, he finds with the eyes it's easier to paint the whole eye black and put a white dot each side of the eye. I actually go in with white. I paint. I do my base coat over it, then I put a wash over it, and then I paint a wee white line near the front, and then I go over with a glaze, usually something like bloodletter. And it gives you the illusion of, because the dark bit's behind it, and then you've got the red glaze over it, and the white bit, it makes it look like it's a laser kind of thing. That's how I do mine.
With a 28-meter figure, do you really need to?
Well,
I've
got red glowing eyes on this guy, and it looks quite good close up. It's not going to pick it up in the camera, but I did it on this, and it does add a bit to me. But anyway, to you.
Expat Spain saying, "Smoo, don't go to Japan. They will think you're a giant."
Oh, aye. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, quite. Oh, a load of wee. Is it Japan or China that has the geisha girls? Is it Japan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could find myself in a lot of trouble across there.
Yeah, you'd trigger a Godzilla alert, mate.
Bring it down to the smooth level, haven't you?
He's asking me, Smoo, do you watch Teapot 1 on YouTube? I tend to find when I've been kind of lacking and doing actually video on my own build. I went through a phase I was watching so many other people's YouTube channels, I never got any modelling done. So unless somebody actually points me out to a link or something, I tend not to watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. I'm either gaming, sleeping, eating, drinking, farting, or sticking bits of styrene together. That's basically, or going out on my bike occasionally when it's not snowing. Kenneth says he would love to go to the bottom of the ocean and maybe see the Titanic or something like that. In a submarine. Right, what's Leo on about? He did the world tour on a GSXR sports bike. Ah, right. Okay. I think I've seen that one. Shane would like to go to Alaska one day. All that scenery, but all that cold.
How's this man cave coming on now, Shane? He's had all the building work done, I believe.
Oh. Yeah, Shane, how are you getting on with your man cave? Ken is also saying if you're doing resin figures, get a decent putty as well. That's also another good one. Have a hairdryer handy in case you need to bend parts. Yeah, with resin you can actually bend the parts if you apply heat to them. But yeah, Shane's with Mike. Plastic all the way.
We find them.
Yeah.
And at least Smoo didn't say ladyboys. There you go. I've just said, actually, see who farts in bed. Dave's Mrs. Pip. She's into some Korean ladyboy band or something that she's going to see.
Like that. Push that on the inside.
Oh, Tommy's back.
Yeah, we're trying to find it. We've lost the decal sheet. There's only got 2 decals on it. We can't find it.
What's that? Number plates?
No. Yeah, there's a number plate. Sorry, it's 4 decals on it. One's got the steering wheel decal. One's got the speedo. And oh, careful.
Oh, so he can't put that on.
Yeah, you can do because it's just Lego. It just clips back off again. So we'll do them when we find it.
See what it is I sent Erland my puffin into sabotage because I was scared that Tommy was going to finish his build before me. So
yeah, well, apart from decals, we're about 5 minutes away from finishing, mate.
Yeah, well done, Erland. Erland's got the decals. He punched them.
Yeah, that's right. Blame the poor innocent puffin.
Industrial sabotage. Ken asking how old is Tommy? Tommy, how old were you on your birthday?
How old was you on your birthday?
11.
11.
11. Yeah. What's Shane saying? Oh, he's getting there, Mike, but he has a 130-year-old house and everything ends up taking the builder 10 times longer. Yeah.
Yeah, they always do, don't they?
What are builders?
Any excuse for builders.
Was on first, that was on last.
No walls are straight in the old houses.
It's quite funny that Tommy's at the bench. What's Dave working on you? Are you just helping Tommy?
Yeah, I'm just. It's a bit of
he's guiding.
He's guiding. Yeah.
He's guiding Tommy. He's not helping him.
And Scott's busy. See, I can't how you can do modelling at the bench and stuff. I can never get it done at the time when we're live. That digger's looking good though. Oh, you got a track on it.
Yep, I have a track on. I have some decals on the inside of the cab.
Kieran's saying, 10 times as many tea breaks, 10 times the cost. Yeah, typical builders.
Terry!
Yes,
Terry!
Yes.
Come get closer, come closer. You tell him.
He's beat me.
Hey, well done, Tommy.
Hey. Oh, he's great. You wouldn't think that clipped together like Lego. That's brilliant.
That's a nice size as well.
That's a big kit. Is that bigger than a 1/24th? That'll be like a 1/16th or something. That's big.
No.
I like how it's all colour.
Tommy. That's in the box. We'll see what sort of. I don't know if it says a scale or not.
All colour coded.
Yeah.
Kenneth's asking Mike, what scale is the space shuttle behind you in the cabinet, Mike?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. It's 1/100.
1/100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kenneth's saying, very nice, Tommy.
Has he not seen it before today?
You've got a couple, Mike, haven't you?
I've got absolutely loads of space shuttles. I love the space shuttle. Yeah.
Well, that's the one with the satellite.
The one that I lit that up as well.
Yeah, with LEDs. Yay.
All right.
Love the space
There you
shuttle.
go. Right, Tommy's going to beg,
My
guys.
favourite thing to build.
Night, Tommy.
Night, Tommy.
Everybody's well done, Tommy. No,
Well done, Tommy.
He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, Alan and John and all that saying, well done, Tommy. Was that I tell you what, that's what been a wee break. He had a wee break. It keeps him at the bench for quite a while.
It is, yeah. He wouldn't do it with anything else apart from playing on his obviously playing on his Xbox One S. If you was to sit him down doing something he doesn't want to do or has no interest in, you'd be looking to get 10 minutes out of him.
I mean, for some of the guys that don't know, Tommy's on the autistic spectrum, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got autism, dyspraxia, speech and language impediment. He's got petit mal epilepsy. So
yeah,
to get him to do anything for 10 minutes is a miracle. And this hobby, he just loves doing it.
He's kind of like his dad as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's with me. So
that's why he's wanting cars.
That's another thing. I think he just likes spending time with me. So, and who can blame him?
And also, thanks very much to all the guys in chat, all the hired Tommies that we read out and everything, because Tommy watches, but you know how at the end of the live feed it's archived, so you can watch it back later on. I don't know if you noticed, it wasn't last week, but the week before when Tommy was on and he was building with his dad at the bench. I think that's when he was doing the jump jet, wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah.
You see the wee laddie's face light up when he could see himself up in the telly, because Dave's got his monitor up on the wall, just up above his bench, and you could see him. I'm on telly. So yeah, thanks all for being, especially the people who are really generous and sent him stuff and that. And
yes, thank you very much. It really made his day yesterday. Thank you all.
Right, so I'll read these out in case Tommy watches it back, because there's quite a lot. John's, Alan's went, way to go, Tommy. Kenneth, now, I wish you'd change your name to the right name. It's actually Alex, isn't it? Kenneth is Alex. Very nice, Tommy.
Yeah.
Kieran's going, oh, actually, Kieran, this is your shuttle. Very nice, Mike. Kenneth, Alex is also saying, very nice to your one, Mike. And Kieran's going night, Tommy. Shane's going night, Tommy. Kenneth's going night, Tommy. Frankie goes to Hobbywood's going bye, Tommy. JS Idaho saying happy birthday, Tommy, and cool models. So if you're watching back, Tommy, everybody thinks your stuff's great. So that's good.
He will be. I'll watch later. He'll watch tomorrow.
Shane Young saying it's great to see father and son building together, Dave.
It's really enjoyable. He doesn't stop talking, but it's good. It's good fun.
I bet you, man. It's a young lad, eh? And Alex has actually picked up on something. Yeah, YouTube now archives the chat as well, so you're also able to read the comments when you watch it back.
Yeah.
So Lee's obviously going nice models, Tommy. So you'll be able to see all that back in the chat as well. So that's cool. What time are we?
Yeah,
20 to 10. Ooh. So yeah, what am I planning on doing next? Once I get my Beetle done, I need to get back onto my Z250 and get it finished. I started a video build series on it and stopped, and then started and stopped, and it's a bit more than 6 episodes, so it's not quite as bad as Fox, but I need to get that done. Once that's out the way, I've got a commission bill for my mate of another bike. I need to get that done. I've got 3 bits of armour sitting in primer and 1 almost finished built. I'm not going to go diving into my fire engine. I've got a Peterbilt truck that's ongoing that I'm sort of doing video updates on. But there's so much sanding and smoothing on that, I kind of lost the mojo with it, so that's a slow burner. I think the next thing that I'll do is a Warhammer 40k tank thing that I've got. And then I don't know what's next. I've got loads of stuff. I've got Star Wars stuff. I've got loads of bikes. I've got that fire engine. I've got a lifeboat. I might actually, if I can get a paint for that helicopter that Luke sent, I might get the helicopter. What's your future build plans, Mike, once you've got the stuff that you've got out the way?
I'm going to get I've got to finish the A380.
Mm-hmm.
So Shane's off, by the way. See you, Shane.
Oh, see you, Shane.
And Kenneth M said, will he be able to build the gun tank he got him, Dave?
Tommy. Yes, I mean, he did. His first ever kit was the Zaku, although it wasn't a grade one. It was like one of the first original ones. Yeah, he will do, mate. Yeah. It'll take him a lot longer than the quick builds. He's actually very good now when it comes to taking parts off a sprue. He knows that he's got to use the flat side of the nips. He's starting to get the hang of sanding nubs down now. But where it comes to following plans, he's very good at following the plans.
Right.
You know, he struggles with parts that are left and right, obviously, but you know.
Is that a dyslexia thing?
Yes.
Well, it won't be painted. But then the thing with those Bandai kits is you don't need to paint them, you can align them and that, you know. I think what I'll do with him is I'll introduce him to doing washes on it. it can pick out the panel lines and that. I think he'd like having a crack at that as well.
But will you be using Smoo Industries butt crack wash and toe jam wash?
No, I shall be using non-toxic, children safe. Probably
clay washes.
Clay washes.
Normal. Yeah, just normal. The games I'd probably get some Games Workshop washes for it.
Yeah. We used to do a lot of inks that you used to be able to do washes with as well, eh? Pin washes.
Yeah.
Kieran's saying, I've got the Tacom King Tiger and New Panther. I also have the famous German Famo tank transporter, which I'm going to do as a Dio with the Panzer IV that's been knocked out. You're basically talking Vincent Woods there.
He is. Yeah, I got that. Is that the Tamiya Famo you've got then? Kieran?
Yeah, he doesn't say which one.
Because that's a cracking kit. It even comes with like metal parts to support the trailer from sagging.
What about you, Scott? Obviously, you've got quite a lot on the go at the moment, and you're trying to get your mojo back, and you've got that big digger. What's
the one in the enormous box?
What's your sort of future projects that you're thinking about doing?
Oh, yeah. Next question. I have to get the R1 finished for my mate.
Yeah,
I'm just in the process of magnetising the bodywork on it.
You need to show me which ones the decals that I need to cut out and send you up.
Yes, I must look that out. I'll do that.
I've still to build it, but there's 2 colour variants you can do it in, and I'm pretty sure when I'm doing the red and white one, I don't put the ones that you need. So I'll cut them out and send them up to you.
Yep. Cheers. No, the big dozer's a way off feature project. It's absolutely not in a hurry to do that thing.
Expat Spain saying Flory washes are okay. I've got some of the UMP ones as well, but I only use the mud and the rust on them. I've never used the dark dirt or any of those sort of shades. So I've actually probably got some washes I could send in for Tommy because they're just sitting there taking up space. I don't use them. I use oil pin washes normally. I find I do like the rusty one though. It's quite good. But yeah, I've got about 6 or 7 different ones there, and they've sat there for a year and a half, and I think I've used them once. Depends what you're doing. I mean, it's definitely a good non-toxic option using a clay wash.
Yeah.
But if you're picking up fine detail of that, I tend to use oils and make my own up, or you get the oil brushers.
We'll just do it as panel lining. We'll just do it as panel lining, mate.
Yeah. Alan's saying Mike's chain smoking again. I'm chain smoking, I know. Aye.
No smoke chains. They're hard to light.
Yeah, aye. Unless a rope chains. Yeah, made of some sort of hemp, possibly. Hemp rope.
That comes with working for years with people like you, Alan.
Oh, Rupert's. Yeah.
Rupert, yeah.
Well, I'm just chilling away. Like, as I say, keep questions coming in, guys, because it's like.
Well, me and Dave's got our Ed Force ones to do.
Yeah.
Once I get this lot clear.
Yeah.
So we'll get them done. Be another plane to find somewhere.
Yeah.
To hang.
I've got the same fire engine. I've got the same fire engine as Colin, but he's going to be chopping his up more than me. So yeah. What are you saying, Dave?
You see, I haven't got a problem with that, Mike. I just hang mine from the ceiling, Mike.
That's what I'm going to do, Dave. Because I got up to now, I've got 2 jumbos done, and they're on the side in the living room.
They take up a lot of space, don't they?
Yeah,
so
they do. Yeah, wingspan. Plus, I got the A380 now.
Yeah, get them on the ceiling, mate, and then you got more room in the front room for other stuff.
Yeah,
Mike. Alan's telling you to ferk off.
Yeah, I know.
Ferk off. I got it.
JS Idaho's asking me, Smoo, do you use a drying enhancer when oil pin washing? No, I just thin it with AK odorless thinner. And the oils I use are the MIG tiling ones, so you didn't really have to sit them on cardboard to let them weep out. So I've got a couple of videos up of how thin I make it, but thin enough that there's still some pigment in it, and it's going to run into all the grooves in that. And it takes, I can matte coat it within about 5 days. Give it about 5 days to dry. Don't put any. I know you can get stuff that makes it dry quicker. I don't do any of that. Alex is asking, are we going to do another group build? Yes, there is one. We're not going to tell you what it is at the moment, because Dave will go out and buy the kit and have it built before the group build starts. It is one that we want Colin to take part in, because Colin has got the kit. So we know what model it is, but I don't know about the rest of the guys that are in here, but I know myself, I build quite slow. Dave builds really quick. Mike's reasonably quick. Scott's a bit like me. He has on days and off days. Vincent builds at a steady pace. When there's a group build on, because I build so slowly, I tend to not get my other stuff done, which means I don't get my video making done, which slows me down. So, yeah, we're going to do another group build, but I don't think... I was talking to Colin about it. It's possibly not a good idea to do them back to back to back to back to back, because we'll leave a little gap. We'll wait till Colin's feeling a bit better and can get to the bench, and then we'll tell you what the next group build is. But it's going to be another starter kit, and it's going to be another car.
Made by Jaguar.
It might be. I can't remember what type it was, though. Can you remember what type it was?
The letter of the alphabet. Was it a D type?
Colin's got, I know Colin's got the big version of it.
It escapes me.
Yeah,
but
it might be an A type then.
I think what we'll do next time is there's actually a function on the dungeon to create an event, so we can do a group build event. If any of yous want to do buddy builds or something like that, by all means, organise it on the dungeon. I know that Luke from Black Rifle Model Works is trying to get the lifeboat that I got and it Mike's in the middle of building, and do it as a buddy build as a slow burner in the background. And Colin was joking about a 1/24 scale helicopter that 4 of yous have got.
Yeah, you can do that yourself. I ain't getting involved in that one.
I might join in on that one.
Yeah, better than me, mate.
All right, we'll tell you what it is, but it's going to be a little while off. What we don't want is people starting it and having it finished and up the thing before we announce what the group build is. Otherwise, it's not really like it's just like a suggestion to build a model and suit yourselves. But it's going to be the starter kit of the Airfix E-Type Jag is the next one. Okay, I've already got the paint for it. I'm going to be trying out the GX3 red.
Already bought the paint for it, have we?
I've got the paint for it, but I haven't got the kit. And I won't be starting it until Colin is ready, which, as far as I know at the moment, when he's standing, he's got to make sure he's got his wife or his son nearby, just in case he takes a tumble. It's going to be a while before Colin gets to the bench. When he gets to the bench, he'll probably have to stand at the bench, so it's not going to be very comfortable for him. But, yeah, we've got Pip well warned that if Dave does get the kit, he's not allowed to open the box. So he'll just build a diode and set the box on it, and he'll go, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Kieran's saying he just chucked 2 pics of his workspace and upcoming kits in the dungeon. We'll probably get onto that next week, Kieran, if that's okay, because I've kind of done the screen sharing of the dungeon bit. But yeah, if you want to check out how Kieran's getting on with his workspace and stuff, go check out the dungeon. Don Gilchrist, good evening, Don. BMPT Terminator next and the missile launching Gecko. Right, I don't know which one's Terminator. Missile launching Gecko? Obviously a military vehicle.
Is a Russian... Well, it's a tank body, but it's actually got a pod on the top that's got 4 sort of like huge big machine gun things.
All right.
Yeah, it's an AA gun basically.
AA gun. Well, yeah, it's like an AA gun, but it's not. It's anti-tank thing and anti-personal. It's a tank, but with 4 smaller guns instead of 1 big large cannon.
I've only really been back modelling a couple of years, so I've missed out a big space of stuff. So my armour knowledge is like I know some tanks and stuff, but
I've never actually built one. It's I play a game. I started playing World of Tanks years and years ago when it first came out. I played that for a few years, and I progressed to a newer game called Armored Warfare, and it's modern tanks, PvP. It's basically PvP in tanks, which is great fun. So if you want a game to play when you're not modelling, and it's free to play, have a look at Armoured Warfare. It's all your modern tanks. You can drive around in Abrams and blast it to bits. And, you know.
Ronald Borgs asked me, have you ever built a Tamiya Suzuki 1300 Hayabusa? I've got 2 sitting in my stash. I've got the Yoshimura one, and I think I've got a standard Busa sitting somewhere.
Yeah, you got the funny one, haven't you?
I was thinking of trying to add lighting to one model, and I haven't decided which one I want to try it with yet. Yeah, I've got them in my stash. I haven't built one yet, but it looked like a nice kit. I do know people with a real life bike, and so I've got a lot of reference that I can go for if I need to look at it. Alan's going Jaguar E-Type. Ooh. Expat Spain says it's 450-kilometre round trip to the model shop for him. Can you not get it delivered by mail? There's no postman in Spain. Alex, naughty step, Alex. He says a gunplug group build would be fun. Yeah, I think they're doing one of them on the Model Makers Boom Hut. Yeah, we'll leave that there.
Should we send the Smoo to the naughty step for saying it now?
No, because I'm just reading comments. You can't send me the naughty step because I'm just reading out comments. And plus, I don't know if Colin's waiver on saying Gundam is still allowed, because mine on his last day says. And
there without prompting.
What?
Naughty step.
Naughty step.
Naughty step. No, because he revoked it on his.
Naughty step.
You got changing the rules now.
No. On his Fester's last stand, which was the impromptu one we did on Tuesday before Colin went into hospital, he says it's okay now to say Gundam and Gunpla. And until he comes back and says it's not okay, no naughty step for it. I took for it.
He charges it, and you can't. You're not getting away with it. You'll be getting a letter, Mr. Smoo.
Oh no, not from the HR department.
Yeah.
Oh no,
mandatory naughty step for
a written warning.
3 minutes now.
JS Idaho's asking, Don, is that the Meng BMPT? That's obviously the model we're talking about. JS Idaho's got this Zvezda Terminator, and it was quite good. I don't know.
They're a nice looking vehicle, they're all right.
If anybody says Terminator to me, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger's thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the vehicle a Terminator is. Is it just some big badass tank?
Effectively, infantry support vehicle. It's based on a tank hull, but it has like a lighter turret on it, so it's more maneuverable, and it's usually as a missile launcher or something like a 30mm cannon on it.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what GSI just said.
A bit like a lab then. Is it a 6-wheeled or is it tracked?
It's tracked.
For close quarter combat and urban.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no crew in the turret.
No.
Oh, so it's one of these fancy electrically ones. Yeah.
No, it has a crew that's just in the hull. They're not in the turret.
Ah, right.
Yeah, not.
And it's I think they're T-72 and T-80 based, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Right. Okay. So
like that. Yeah, they look like that.
Kieran's actually saying that the Eagle E-Types is down the road from me. The cars they build are stunning. That must be a kit car place then, because the place that does them up with modern brakes and all that. Bjorn's in. Evening, Bjorn.
Davy's off. Davy UK's off.
Bye, Davy.
Oh, Davy UK's off.
Bye, Davy.
Alex is saying, did you see the Volkswagen van turned into a Space 1999 Eagle? Looks awesome. I did see pictures of it.
Yeah, brilliant.
That was really, really clever.
Really
I like that. Kieran's saying Dave obviously plays World of Tanks and War Thunder. Don Kill.
Yeah, I wasn't over the Thunder.
On you go, mate.
The plane bit's all
right. Don Gilchrist is in.
Since when has John Bennett been in the HR department? He's giving out official warnings here.
John, you're not in the HR department. You'll need to ask our HR manager, who's Mr. Mike Mountain.
You'll be getting a letter, John
you'll
Bennett.
be getting a letter as well for impersonating a Smoo Industries executive employee.
Hang on, look.
You don't get away with typos either.
Hold on, everybody. Well, we're up to 37 earlier on, Ronald. One of you's talk at a time because we were all like.
I'm just saying that this letter he's going to get. How many sheets of paper is he going to have in it?
Oh, I don't know, Mike. What's the standard warning letter amount of sheets of paper?
Well, you'll have to wait and find out because it's going to wing its way to you.
Yeah, I think it might be about
we actually had 39 viewers at 9:10.
Did we?
Did we?
Yeah. When it went up to 39, I actually checked the time. So 39 at 9:10.
Oh, that's the most yet. We need to find at 40. Almost 32, 31, 30, 29. I think.
Goes up and down as the night goes on.
Don Gilchrist, people like putting it. I feel like Ted. Current build is the Panda Tunguska.
Tunguska.
Yeah. LOL for fuck's sake. Yeah. Aye. Alex is saying there's some very creative people in the hobby. There are. There's quite a lot of unusual models out there as well. So JS Idaho is confirming it's got twin 30mm cannons and 4-round missile launcher designed for close by. Some of them talking amongst themselves. Expat saying you wouldn't want it pointing at you. Anyway, that's for sure.
No, you want it pointing at you now.
We're ignoring John Bennett's official naughty step warning. Alan's saying, guess what? He goes back to work on Monday. That's it for next week.
Yeah. Yep, well done, Alan.
Has anyone been to the Tank Museum? I would like to go there someday. I don't know where
amazing,
the Tank Museum is.
Yeah, me and Mike are going again. Me and Mike are going this year together.
Is that
I've
the
been for last
thing?
Tank Fest. Yeah, I've been.
30th of June, we're going, Dave.
Yeah.
Where's that held about then? Where is the Tank Museum?
Bovington. Yeah. Which is near Wool in Dorset.
Oh, Dorset.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dorset.
Yeah, me and David meeting up.
Yeah, you've got to be careful. It's across the world. It's across the road from Monkey World, so you've got to be careful you go the right way. Otherwise, they're looking at monkeys instead of tanks.
Alex, going to cause chaos for me, Dave.
Yeah, it's extra. It's a very, very busy weekend. Tank Fest. It's you won't have seen crowds like it, but it's a fantastic. It's a good weekend. Great, worth visiting.
I would enjoy it if it wasn't so far away. Yeah,
you're going as well.
I put 4 tours on the boom up last year because you can get Tank Fest weekend. You can get in places like the restoration centre that you can't normally get in.
Right.
And I took some amazing pictures of like rust and damage and weathering and on actual tanks. It's great. It's a fantastic visit.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that really fascinated me when you're walking around one of the exhibitions in the museum is a piece of steel that's about 9 inches thick, and it's a piece that they've used to test different rounds, different size.
Oh, to get isn't it?
Yeah, and you got the little tiny hole in on the outside. But you look on the inside, it's like 4 times the size and just splattered everywhere. It's really eye opening actually. Just that one piece of the exhibition, like blimey.
Alex is asking Mike, the 40 viewers or 39, was that when Tommy was on, Mike?
Yes, he was in then, 9:10, yeah.
Aye. Well, there we go. Tommy's our new attraction.
Yeah, star billing.
Yeah.
He makes the rest of us look bad.
Alan's saying he's getting going back to work, but he's only in for the one day, so in to see them. Aye, just take it easy, yeah. Kieran's saying he's planning a trip to Bovington this year, Tankfest 2018. So you might see the guys down there, Kieran.
Yeah, me and Dave will be there. He's just put it in the chat now. See us there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, so much for my pizza. Yeah, I'll need to heat the oven up and stick it back in. Oh, Scott, move that packet of McCoys away. You're not allowed.
This one.
There's not had any sustenance.
Sustenance.
Big rolls.
Letter from HR. Tell them to stop waving sustenance when I've not had my sustenance. John's going to how's the Beetle going, guys? Well, actually, we covered the Beetle earlier on. If you want to rewind it and put it in, but I'm basically in. I'm almost. Young Tommy's finished his. He did it live.
Yes, Tommy's done it. It's like it's done.
I'm on. Basically, just got the bodywork to do. I need to sand it back because there's a couple of bits of dust and give it another coat of that. Decals on, clear coat, stick it together. One day's in. That's me.
In gamer terms, say we're just like a noob.
I'll slack a noob to you. Aye.
I'll slack a noob.
I'll poon you a P4N WN. Aye. Yeah, so we already covered that earlier on. Beyond you're late in. You'll get a letter for HR as well for being late in. So yeah, if you want to watch it back later on, the only ones we covered with the Beetle was me. Dave did a quick flash of his that he finished like 4 months ago. Mike's is almost done. Scott's only just got his actually. So he hasn't started his, and Vincent is doing a 124th one he's got in Primer. So that's kind of a catch up.
Mine's booked in the Joey's next week, which 20,000-mile service. Yeah.
Yours needed its first service when you opened the box. Aye. Alex is saying that the viewing figures probably went up because Tommy's probably the only person getting models finished. He definitely takes after.
What's this then? That's a finished one.
Is that the only one you finished this year then?
It's the first one that's fully finished this year, and Yamato, but that started in last year already. So,
all right, so I'm beating you then. That's all right. That's cool. As long as I'm beating you.
I've got that Panzer IV ready to go in matte coat though, and I've got the Mark IV ready to go in weathering. So
I've got stuff as well. Aye. See you, Jimmy. Aye.
Yeah, in primer. So yeah.
Kieran says he's only been eating jalapeno pretzel pieces. He just put that in because he wants me to say jalapeno and habanero and all that because he kens that I struggle with all that.
That's about as far as I've got with my Beetle. Started doing the clockwork engine.
Oh, a clockwork engine.
JS Idaho asks an interesting question that maybe one of you guys can answer because I don't have the
Is that a wee bit further down? Right, okay, I've not got that far yet. I could keep some beer. Yeah.
The quality is no better.
Expats, obviously, this is Alan. Well, you lot stop all that work stuff, it's bad for you. Is the quality better with the Beetle kit compared to Herald? Yes, it's like night and day.
Yes.
It's a far better moulding and casting. It's actually officially endorsed by Volkswagen.
So it's the other one.
Had a wee bit of clean up in the bodywork and a wee bit of fettling to get the floor pan to fit the body, but the passenger seat sits a bit weird. The design in that's a bit wrong. The way they've done the tunnel down the middle and one seat sits closer to the tunnel than the other, that's about the only thing in it. But yeah, it's lovely moulded actually. Beyond saying he didn't get any message on YouTube or anywhere that you were doing live, had to go to your channel because I did in the end remember someone saying it would be something today. Actually, if you've subscribed to the channel, when it's usually about a Wednesday or Thursday, I pop up the live feed. If you click the little bell, there's a bell icon on the channel and it'll notify you anytime a new video gets uploaded. So yeah, if you've disabled notifications, and you'll not get any notifications popping up when we're live or there's a new video goes up or anything like that. Oh, I can feel it's cup of tea time. Well, you have, and I don't know. Are you viewing it back on a laptop or a mobile device, Bjorn? Everybody. I mean, there was people in here at 6:30. Obviously, we sitting hanging out, just waiting on people coming in and waiting on pizza coming and stuff, and having a wee chat, catching up in the day. And we wanted to chat, and there was folk in here at 6:30. So yeah, everybody else seems to be getting it. So it's something at your end, mate. It's the same time every Saturday, 7:30 GMT, which is 8:30 European time for Vincent. Right, what are we? 10:10. I'm running out of stuff to say, guys. To be perfectly honest, my pizza's sitting here beckoning. So unless you're firing questions on that, we might go for an earlier night. Well, what's it? I'll be honest, I've subbed long ago, but so not always I get a message from YouTube. It's on desktop. I don't know why that is in, mate. I use, what do you call it? Google Chrome. It seems to pop up notifications. You all get notifications, guys, when it, well, obviously I tell you when it's up.
I do.
What's really strange is I do, but late.
After it started?
Yeah, it's the same with the e-models. They're thing on a Monday night. I don't get the notification until about half an hour after it started. It's very strange.
I can go in and actually adjust the setting where it pops up half an hour before the show, or it just pops up when the show goes live. But I just leave it on the default that, you know, we tell that there is a little bell. It comes up if you go into the homepage, Smoo's Workshop, and it'll go upcoming events, and it's like the live feed. Click the bell to set reminder, and yeah. But I can adjust the reminder so it goes off half an hour before. But
night, Kieran.
All right, Kieran's
Kieran's off.
Good night, Kieran.
Alex is going, how cold is your pizza? Yeah, I'll need 10-15 minutes in the oven.
That didn't look like you were touching your pizza, mate. I'll be honest. Looked a bit dodgy, that one.
Yeah, that's put me off now.
I'm not eating pizza for the next year, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Jace Idaho's asking, Vincent, what kit is your MiG-15?
It's the Edward one, but in the Bunny Fighter Club edition. So Edward's got this Bunny Fighter Club thing where if you're a member, you buy the kit once, you're a lifetime member and get discounts on your stuff. So it's that
bad
one.
people fighting bunnies, because Scott doesn't like people fighting bunnies.
The difference with you can get it as a normal kit as well from Edwards without being a member, but the difference is this has some resin bits that you don't get with the other ones.
As Mike was saying there, Lee Barlow's off, so see you later, Lee. John Bennett says, eat your pizza in the morning, Smoo. It tastes better. It's the first thing I've had to eat today, John, so if I wait till tomorrow morning, I'll have wasted away this fine figure of a man. I've got to eat it.
What happens that I've got the box handy.
Oh, that's nice. Nice box. Hold on. Let's see that, Vincent. Oh, bunny race. Oh, it's shark's mouth.
Yeah, it's got a little shark's mouth. That's what this one looks like. So it's a 2-in-1 kit as well. Plus, you get that lifetime membership with it. Plus, you get
it's actually labelled Bunny Fighter, so it's just basically a discount club then.
Yeah, that's the discount club. And it's a 2-in-1, so you can do the silly air racer, so this one, and you can do like a serious Korean War one or something like that.
Hiya, Lynn.
Oh, Lynn's in.
Oh, maybe you can.
Hiya, Lynn.
Maybe she can come visit on the live stream. Smoo, what do you think?
You've got 15 minutes. You can pop in, Lynn, if you want. You know where the link is. You'll need to scroll up for it.
Thank you, Lynn.
Expat Spain saying, you on a promise, Smoo? No, I'm single, sadly, at the moment. So the only promise I've got is that pizza will be hot when I put it in the oven for 10 minutes. That's the only promise I've got. Oh, Bjorn saying his pizza's 5 hours cold. Well, mine was hot. I managed to get 2 slices down my throat. It arrived at 5 minutes before a live feed, so I got 2 slices down, and it's been sitting since then. Don Gilchrist says he's got another 5 hours modelling before bed. We sit and chat after the live feed, but it's unless you guys are sort of putting stuff up in the chat. Yeah. Normally we'll have more people in, like Colin's quite good for a laugh and all that as well. And then if we get other people in as well, I've got more people to bounce off and ask what they're doing. But when we've just got a small amount in, unless you guys are putting questions to me, I run out of stuff to talk about because I've not been doing much on the bench myself.
Where's Don Gilchrist based then if he's got 5 hours before bed?
Yeah.
Lynn's Wi-Fi's done, so.
Oh, Lynn can't come in, her Wi-Fi's down. So see if she's
going to try and get it on her phone.
If you wait another 15 minutes, Lynn, we'll ping you a doofree. Because we'll probably finish up about 10:30. Because that's usually when most people sort of go, right, it's time to go and get some Scooby snacks or go for a cup of coffee or whatever. He's in Blackpool.
Yeah.
That's
in Blackpool, and he's got 5 hours. Flipping it.
It's maybe a bit like us. Well, we can sit up to 1 o'clock in the morning chatting and modelling at the bench.
Yeah,
we've done late.
It was 2:30 the other morning. Me and Colin were on till.
Yeah, I've seen myself sitting up to 5 and 6 o'clock
in the morning. Just chatting and yeah,
because
I don't mind. I got to bed at a reasonable time because I've got to get up at silly o'clock in the morning. Got up in the morning, gone downstairs, turn the computer on downstairs, and Colin and Smoo are still going on the same hangout.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, but I suffer by a regular sleep pattern, and Colin does with his pain and stuff anyway, so yeah. Alan saying, Blackpool, I'm impressed. I didn't realise there was such a time difference. Yeah, I just think he's a neat hawk, Alan. Lynn's asking how's Colin. We can go into more detail later on, Lynn, if you get the hangout, but he's out of hospital, he's at home, his legs are working, he's obviously sore, but the operations went well, so yeah. He's doing good. What's the weather doing, Smoo? I don't know. I can't see out window at the moment. It's totally black. I've no light out the back. It was kind of trying to snow a bit earlier on. The temperature is dropping. This room is usually quite cold anyway, and I've had the heating on full bore all day, and my icicles are coming back on my guttering. It was about -3 earlier on. It's quite cold. Probably not as cold as Orkney though, Scott, is it?
Yeah, well, we've been getting the wind quite strong, so it's been dropping the temperature really, really low with that. So
you'll get more wind when Mike comes up, though.
Oh yeah, you beat me to it there. I was just going to say that. Wait till the end of April.
Yeah. Once that McFartlane gets up there, that's it. You know, the tube will be going over and everything.
Gale force winds out the season.
Yeah, there'll be folks shouting gas round about the twat sign.
Can't wait.
Oh, it'll be good though. So when are you going up, Mike?
30th of April is my first day up there.
Then
I'm driving to Glasgow, then I'm going to get a flight over to Orkney.
I hope the weather stays nice for you then. Oh, no matter so much if you're flying then, eh? Although
that's one thing is generally all right at that time of year.
Yeah. Is it just a wee 2-man plane for like Aberdeen to Orkney though?
16. It's a 16-seater.
And you've all got pedals at the bottom of the seats, and you've got to keep pedaling really fast to get the propellers going.
Yeah. They've still got a Dakota, Mike. You'll be all right. It's serviceable. Fine.
Yeah. You know what, mate? I'd love a flight in one of them.
Yeah, you haven't got a seat. Sit on the boxes of chickens, the crates of chickens, and that, mate.
I'm trying to get Colin, Kenneth, and Alex because his real name is Alex Frankston, but he's got Kenneth M. Could you explain to us, Alex, why you've got Kenneth M and Alex? Because it's really confusing, and I get confused easy. But
it's not now. I've got you split now.
Hey.
See you, Lynn.
Well, Lynn's away for now. See you later on, Lynn. Alex is saying it's 30 degrees centigrade, too warm. See, I love heat. It's not so good for spraying, though. I did find when we had like the 2 hot days in the summer, that was getting tip dry and powdery paint and all that. I don't really like it for when you've got to spray a model, but when you're out on a motorbike, it's fantastic. Ronald Borg is asking, what's the next build after the Beetle? It is the Airfix starter kit of the E-Type Jaguar. But it will not be starting until Colin's ready. Dave,
Dave, if you start building that, I'm coming down right there with a roll of duct tape.
Yeah, Lynn's saying she's trying to get a Hangout to load on her phone, so she'll try again if it gets it loaded. Yeah, download the app. As I say, we'll be off air about past-ish. And we can invite you in.
Yeah, I've got to go to bed now. I've got to get up for work in the morning.
What's Alan saying? Dakota flew in one
Jared.
Oh, Jared's away as well. He's got to go. Yeah.
Right, Jared.
Yeah. Bye, Jared.
Is Alan saying it's a Dakota that flies from Aberdeen to Orkney? Surely it wouldn't be a Dakota. It'll be a wee
Saab.
A wee Saab.
No, they're not. It's Logan Airways.
All right. John Bennett saying it'll be puffin powered.
What was that?
It'll be puffin powered. Oh, hi. Expat Spain saying economy is standing on the wings. Yeah, wing walking. He's saying
they haven't told you this, Mike, but once you get sort of roughly over the level of my house, they just kick you out.
Oh, brilliant.
They didn't give you a parachute, they just give you a Tesco's bag. Aye, Jess Idaho saying it's been right balmy here, 45 Fahrenheit. Can you give us that in like pound, shillings and pence that we can understand? Centigrade? Don't get all this Fahrenheit thing. Yeah, the Americans still going Fahrenheit, don't they? Yeah, Fahrenheit.
Yeah, the only country in the world that still uses the imperial measurement.
Bjorn saying he's installed Hangout on his phone.
And J.S. Idaho said, Scott, is that an excavator you're building?
It is. It is the Hasegawa one.
Hasegawa.
Hasegawa.
So how did you get the nickname the Puffin Masters?
I don't know. I think this was just randomly chosen for me. I'm telling you, I'm not the Puffin Master. Fox is the Puffin Master. I'm just his unwitting pawn in his plan for Puffin world domination.
Wrangler, aren't you?
Fox is his minion.
I'm just his minion.
Fox is the Puffin overlord.
That's it. Oh, meet. Reese has just said, evening all. Sorry I can't be with you tonight. I is at work. So he's doing his ambulance taxi driving.
Hey, Reese boy.
Hey, Reese.
Metallica had a hit song with that, didn't they? With Fox's theme tune.
Oh, I don't know. Vincent, that's a rather long cigarette you're rolling up.
Master of Puffin.
Whoops.
Master of Puffins.
Yeah, the Master of Puffins. Well, I don't know. We're sort of staying about steady figures about 34, but I'm just running out of stuff to talk about.
Ask me questions.
Yeah, ask questions. I'm not drinking tonight, so I'm not my usual sort of. I'm not serenading Colin with Elvis songs tonight, so yeah.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah. I'm glad I missed that one.
He'd be straight back at the hospital after that.
Right. Aye. Jess Idaho's saying, sorry, Smoo, backwards American here. 8 degrees C. That's top software up here. Yeah.
Cool, that's hot. 8 degrees C.
That's nearly double figures.
Aye.
I could roll my sleeves down. Roll my sleeves up even.
Roll your sleeves up. It's tonight. It's actually time for a bigger jumper and a big hairy coat. Where I stay, up where Scott stays, they might just put a bigger cardigan on.
Yeah,
Harvey buggers up.
Yeah, I've got to roll my sleeves down.
Yeah. So shall we call it a night, gentlemen?
Aye.
Oh, what's this? Alan saying, right, she who MBO
must be a
babe. That's it. It's calling to me in bed. So thanks, and may your God go with you. That's a Dave Allen quote.
Yeah. Hi, Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Here's Alan.
Reese is saying it's -1 here in the Mary of London. Yes. And Don Gilchrist, I'm just waiting for his oldest child to finish with his iPad. But the way he spelt it is iPad. So, yeah. why has your oldest child got your iPad, and have they got an actual Apple Watch with pips in it?
No, because Don's a pirate and he's lent his eye patch to his son.
Yes. Yes, and everybody's sort of all drifting off. Oh, hold on, mate. Now, how hard is it to install LED lighting? Ken Sturrock asks.
Depends on the kit.
Depends on the kit. What scale you're working on? I've done a sort of wee video. I did it for Justin. Things to consider when you're trying to light up your models. Placement of LEDs, where you're going to run wires. It really is sort of about the size of the model and what you want it to do. For me, it's pretty easy. Unless you're going to do flashing sequences and stuff, to actually just put an LED bulb in and a switch. It's an LED, a resistor, some wire, and a power source. That's all it is. Ronald's away as well. See you later,
How easy, Terry. The easiest way of doing it is, like I said to Lynn, you pour lighter fluid on it, throw a match at it, and it lights first time. It's boom, it's done.
Yeah, so there is a video, Ken Sturrock, on my channel on things to consider when putting LEDs in. I was going to do a series of short videos on how to wire one LED, how to get a simple blinking circuit just using a capacitor, and how to use 555 chips. That's when you're getting into trying to do effects. If you're just wanting, say you've got a car and you want 2 white bulbs at the front and 2 red ones at the back, and you're not bothered about indicators, it's 4 LEDs, 4 resistors, some wires, and a battery. And a switch. That's all it is. The hard part is drilling it out, and then obviously is light blocking the model, because if you've got a model in white plastic and you put an LED inside it, even though most of the light goes forward, some of the light comes back and it lights the whole model up like a Christmas tree, so bits light up that you don't want to.
Yeah.
So you've got to do a thing called light blocking. So you've got to consider where you want to put your LEDs, what size they've got to be, how bright you want them to be.
He wants to do them in dioramas.
As in sort of like street lights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What I would say, if it's street lighting and it's a certain time period, like, so I've obviously say you're wanting to recreate something in World War II and you've got street lanterns that you want on. The type of LEDs you want to go for, you don't want to go for a really bright white. You want to go for what they call a warm white, which is more a yellowish glow that recreates tungsten filament bulbs. And if your LED's too bright, you can add a slightly bigger resistor to bring it down so it's not too bright, so it looks more like a bulb in a street light. So obviously, if you buy the pre-made street lights, unless you're scratch building one with a tube, you would have to drill them out so that you had somewhere to pass your wires down. Your LED can sit in the top. Your wires can go down into the base and do your resistor and your battery pack into your diode itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and it's armor. What I would say, you're better always. There's 2 types of circuits when you're doing lighting. There's series and parallel. I go into it a little bit again on that video. In series, the easiest way to describe in series is a daisy chain. One bulb's linked to the next bulb, linked to the next bulb, and all the rest of it. The problem with that is if you've got a bulb or LED rated at 3 volts, and the next one's at 3 volts, 3 and 3 is 6, and then the next one's 3 volts, that takes up to 9, and the next one's 3 volts is up to 12. It steps up the voltage. Also, if one bulb goes, all of them go. So you wire them in parallel, so they're all, I'll show you in a diagram on the video, so that every single bulb gets 3 volts, but they're all separate, so if one goes, the rest stay on. So if you're doing a series of street lights, wire them in parallel, but I do go into that a bit on the... So there are different types of circuits in that, but a basic understanding of how a lighting circuit works. So you maybe done it at school, and then electronics kit where you've got a little bulb that you screw in, and then you've got 2 wires coming off. One goes to the positive and one to the negative, and that lights up, and you put a switch in and all that. LEDs are the same. The only difference is the different colours that LEDs have. I've probably turned most people off at the moment. Different LEDs have different voltage ratings and different amperages, so you have to use different resistors to stop the current for the battery blowing them. So as I say,
you can always ask questions in the dungeon if you get stuck.
I mean, if you've got a piece of paper and a plan and show us like, well, I want to put a light here and a light here and a light here and a light here. I'm putting 4 lampposts on it, right? And I'm buying the pre-made ones and I've got a hole up the middle. You know, we can sort of draw wee wiring diagrams and stuff out.
Or what you could do is you could email Ted at ted@emodels.co.uk and then watch Fox Squirm on Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
what he will do,
quite a bit of experience, doesn't he?
Yeah, if you email Ted at eModels, all he'll do is he'll recommend you to a lovely woman in the UK who actually custom makes lights, but you can make them yourself.
Well, it's not just that; it's a handy place if you're in the UK to just get the supplies as well, because you get the choice there. And because
we might go wholesale when we're buying stuff.
Yeah. But when we're talking about street lighting, depending on the scale, you might want to be looking at nano LEDs.
Well, actually, Reese has says you can get pre-made lights depending on the scale.
I think actually Jennifer, who you were mentioning, actually has some on her website. Yeah, she makes her own. If you want ready-to-go ones.
Yeah, so I mean, I think if it was me or Mike doing it, we'd scratch build the lights. We would use some polytube and then make your little, say it's one of these sort of diamond-shaped Victorian sort of things. Make that up out of styrene and clear styrene for the glass bits and just an LED and dim it down with a resistor and make your own. It depends what you want to do. Pre-made, make your own. Don Gilchrist laughing. He only comes at weekends, so he watches Netflix in bed. So he does without his iPad camera. Right. Okay. Alex is saying pirate captains wore an eye patch, so when they went below deck, they would move the patch to the other eye so that they could see in the darkness because the eye under the patch was used to the dark. Is that true?
That's true. Yeah. Yep.
Because to be fair, back in that day, if you lost an eye due to like a bullet going in, you were probably dead anyway due to infection of the bullet.
Yeah.
Or lead poisoning from the bullet.
You always say it, you know, if you're going to go and do night vision, you're going for inside to outside to close one eye and cover it up, and when you go out, open up the eye.
The idea.
It's not just for that, Smoo. If you was a captain in them days on a privateer vessel, there was a bounty on your head as well. So what's to say one of your crew members was going to kill you and claim the reward anyway? So, and the best way of doing it would be if you haven't got night vision in one eye and somebody's in the dark, because in them days you didn't have lighting on board ships. You didn't have
very feeble lanterns. Very feeble lanterns.
So, you know, wooden ship's a wooden ship. You know what I mean? You don't have naked flames on a wooden ship if you can help it. So you got
lanterns are expensive.
If you was in like the Caribbean, you'd walk down into the bottom of the, you know, into the lower decks. You'd be blind. You'd take 5 or 10 minutes to adjust to the light level. In that time, somebody's you know.
At the most, you'd be holding like a little metal cage lantern with a candle in it. At the most, and that's gonna give you fuck all light, is it?
Yeah.
Ken Sturrock saying thanks. I've checked the video. He understands linked wiring. He's got all his bits LED from nano to 3mm. So yeah, it's just all about planning.
Just go for it, man. Yeah.
Any problems? I mean, if you've got an idea of what you're wanting to do, but you're not quite sure, but you've got the bits in front of you, sketch something up, take a photo of it, do it in Paint or WordPad or something, post it up on the dungeon, and we can sort of go, right, okay, resistor here, whatever, you know. Alex is saying AliExpress, that's a Chinese sort of eBay, sells them pre-made in 100 street light lots. So
you can get all kinds of Chinese LED bits from Amazon's as well. You don't even have to go to AliExpress for that.
There's lots of places. I mean, as I say, me and Mike buy wholesale, and we probably
I've got wholesale 555 just so I got like literally 100 for three quid or something like that.
That's nothing. Reese is saying on the ambulance, he has a blue light in the back so we can work in the dark. But would the revolving blue light not sort of go blind?
No.
But
I know I'm winding them up.
Ken M brings up an interesting point about ships. Yes, there would be gunpowder below deck, but actually gunpowder was stored in a lead-lined room. And they were very, very careful with that. You wouldn't be anywhere near it with a candle, that's true.
And Don Gilchrist is saying, what, Nelson had both eyes?
Yeah, but he didn't go below deck, did he? He had a nice, like all of the glass on the backside of the ship. That's his cabin, isn't it? Because admirals basically had their own apartment on their ship, quite substantial living. Yeah, like proper bedroom with a desk, and then like a living room with a dining table to entertain guests. So yeah.
Proper old school ships.
Mm.
Right, I think, gentlemen, it's come to our usual closing time, about 10:30, just after actually. Thanks very much for everybody that's joined in this evening. It'll be the same time next week, and never know, maybe Colin's going to be well enough to come in, and I might actually finish my beetle. So it's thanks very much for all coming in. Do feel free to join the dungeon and share your work with us. Try and put it in an album so we can find it. What's this? All right, before we go, I'm talking about the ambulance thing. Reese is saying the blue light in the back's good for finding veins as well. I think, if I remember rightly, they used to try and stop junkies in the toilets by putting a different coloured light up so they couldn't find their veins. But anyway, yeah, it's time to come to a close. I'm starving. I'm going to have to heat my pizza up. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We've just been muttering all the usual rubbish and stuff and letting you know where we're getting on. So yeah, John Bennett's going night peeps. Alex says thank you, it's been fun. Ken Stillick, thanks. Alex is going to enjoy your pizza. Yeah, I will do. I'm starving. I'm actually hungry.
Got food in the microwave waiting for me as well.
So no, I'll put the oven on because it's like almost a full pizza. So it's a very good night from me.
I'll put Tommy's trophy up and say he whooped the Smoo. Good night from him.
Yeah, and good night from me.
Yeah, good night from me.
And we'll catch you all next week at roughly the same time. So until then, happy modelling,
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, all.